to the PSVG podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie, Keith, Diamond Reese, and Delvin the Champ. How you doing there, gentlemen? Oh,
the champ is here, baby.
The champ, the TNT champ. That's like, and that's like the mediocre work in progress belt too. That is some lame shit.
The TNT championship is superior.
This is the that TBS looking television champ. That's what that looked like when it came out.
No. The champ is in the building, baby.
No.
Y'all ready to rock and roll? I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm hyped up.
I'm ready to rock.
I'm in a good mood. Donnie had a terrible day. I'm in a good mood. Donnie went to go get something.
He went to go get something.
This is how you come proper, son.
Oh, that's gross.
Let me tell you, okay?
Oh,
let's fix this.
Jobbers held that belt.
Now,
if you can smell what Diamond is cooking. Wow.
Champ is here.
He said, I see your little, penny store garbage little belt and said, let me one up your one.
That's it.
No.
And I've got a real belt.
Delvin.
Got that because he clearly got that because of Goldberg.
Delvin. Acknowledge me. Okay? Just acknowledge me.
I wish I could play the song I want to play for the original TNT champ who held this belt, but we'd get kicked off.
That's true. That's true.
What song is that?
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that shit no more. They get mad at us playing the damn Pokemon song that's not even fucking
we get
the
kicked
song.
off all the time. I have so many TikToks that I want to play that have music in them. I'm like, that'll kick us off.
We don't even monetize. I don't understand why you got a copyright strike when we
Who cares?
It's ridiculous.
We're just here to have fun.
We're broadcasting
Stop
for
being
you.
Assholes.
We're trying to make you the money. You, the rights holder, we're trying to make you the money.
It's just nonsensical.
Speaking of the show,
what kind of belt you got, Kyle? Kyle, the
broadcasting live on Facebook for the first time. How about that?
Oh, that's great.
For all the old people
at the brand new Police and Video Games Facebook page.
All the 95-year-old people who like Facebook.
That's true. That's true. Kyle has
one foot in the grave.
Kyle has the Pug Championship. According to him, his listeners customized him his own title.
I need to see that, Kyle.
Very nice.
Send me a picture of that.
Gotta send the DMs, man.
In my fantasy football league, we were supposed to have a championship belt that just rotated to whoever won it each year. And we all put in money on this belt. And then nobody knows what happened. The belt never got
swiped.
There
no swiping.
Somebody went and bought. Somebody went and got some lotto tickets.
Nobody really cares at this point. It's just like, I've been the champ a year.
My goddamn money back.
Smoke rocks.
It was $20. Nobody. It was $20. It was 10 years ago. We just realized
one of the plastic ones.
I have no idea.
Money back.
Yeah, it's like the little toy ones. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a little toy one. It was like a site that actually customized him and everything that he was
like this.
Going to do it.
Oh, that's pretty legit.
Similar.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was 10 years ago. We didn't do it. We're all still playing. We're celebrating our 10th year this year of the AmLeft Football League. And
I bought this one,
Malt Liquor Fantasy Football.
I love it. I like that a lot. I bought this one for Jack, and I was always supposed to buy one for me, and I could never pick out the one that I wanted, so I just ended up never getting it. It just faded away.
Well, I can tell the story on this one. I got this one off of Amazon because it was cheap, and I didn't want to pay for the AEW one. The AEW championship belt is like ridiculously high. It's like $700. They kiss my ass. I'm not paying $700 for that.
You can get people on eBay and make them for a lot cheaper than that.
I'm like, is that the actual belt? Is that the one John Moxley held? Because I'm not buying your belt for $700. No way. This
it was torn between like the IC belt or the old WCW big gold belt.
I like that belt, the big gold belt.
I like a lot of belts though. I like the NXT belt. Like that's the thing. Like I could never find one that I really liked.
You just have to have them all.
No, I definitely wasn't doing that. See, and that's why I stopped myself. I stopped myself from going down there.
You stopped yourself? Really? Yeah. For once? So you're saying we don't want to have belts like you've got the Lancers because that could be a thing,
Yeah, no. The Lancers are special. I don't like belts as much as the Lancers.
I like belts a lot, but this is the only one I kind of want to get because I
kind of want the old
it's affordable
winged eagle belt, the WWE belt.
That was a cool belt.
That was a really good belt. They should bring that back.
They should.
A lot better than this shit.
I'm not a fan of the belts they have now.
Yeah. Like it was before Stone Cold made it his own belt. Like that kind of that early Attitude era was like real circular. with the big eagle. That was really cool. Yeah.
When they made
the
actual
hardcore
belts that look
championship
like
belt,
championship
call it a day.
belts.
Yeah, the hardcore championship belt's legit.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing with you, Delvin.
Everything.
What the hell you been doing this week, man?
I've been just doing a lot of random shit. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like I've played some games, but not much important really. I played this game, Midnight Fight Express. You might like this, Dev. It's like
yeah, that's one I've been looking at.
The best way to describe it for you, to simplify it, is Sifu but easy. That's the best way to describe it. You play as this character. They don't even really have a plot. They're like, hey, there's a like drone that comes up to you like, hey, the city's really messed up. You should go out there and fight people and fix it. That's the plot. And then you run around the city, you fight people, and you get more moves as you fight them. And you can replay levels and get better at fighting. Much like Sifu. The same thing, but it's a lot easier. I'm enjoying my time when I played it for like a couple of hours today. And I was like,
everybody's playing it. Hey, Game Pass. Nobody played the
demo.
Had
it on my,
during the demo event.
On it. You did, didn't you? You played.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, I played the demo,
like
and I didn't like it that much. I thought it was kind of janky. It's okay.
Played
It's not bad, but I
played
mean, it's okay. It's it was a middling indie game. It was all right. It's not like Angerfoot. Angerfoot's much better at doing what Midnight Fight
Express
wants to do.
It's Delvin. Delvin likes everything, so there's no surprises here.
Angerfoot.
I'm
about to try that one.
Yeah, Angerfoot's legit. It was okay. It was
Okay.
right. Kind of like
I've been doing like a lot of
kind of like in the vein of like kind of like the Mr. Shifties of the world and stuff. Like, not you can entertain yourself with them, but not something I'd be. I wasn't
going to run through.
Yeah,
okay,
I wasn't too
gotcha.
impressed.
I've been kind of doing a lot of just fixing stuff. Like I've added more RAM to this computer. like I added more RAM to this computer, so this computer's faster. I added more RAM to my PS5, so I got not RAM. I added more memory to the PS5.
So you put
I got
RAM
a
in
2
your
terabyte.
PS5? How did you do that?
Delvin is talking about
that motherfucker open. I got a 2 terabyte now, and I gave my my motherfucking son is lucky as shit. He didn't have to pay for his PS5. He didn't have to pay for the damn memory on it. Like he went from having no memory to having 500 gigabyte. He's 16 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Dude, most 16-year-olds aren't paying for consoles and hard drives.
Yeah, I was. I had to go take my ass to GameStop. Here, take all this
trade in your life
so I can get $5.
Yeah, trade in your entire life. Yeah.
Why don't you send him to do that? Just send him? Like, if you're going to complain about getting him the stuff, make him at least be the one to trade all the stuff in.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. He's gonna
Delvin is the champ of a struggling, failing, middling TV channel. Clinging on to relevance with reruns of Texas Chainsaw or Texas. What is it? Texas. What was the damn thing called?
Texas
Chuck
Ranger?
Norris? Walker, Texas. Yeah.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
That show was pretty good. I used to like that show. It's
of course
definitely
you do.
Old ass people show.
You have the TNT championship.
Yes. TNT
He is giving him the gaming life he always wanted. Bex, he's just trading in his own stuff to give him that.
See, what I think he should do. See, if little Delvin had this right, he would just trade in Delvin stuff.
Yeah.
And get this.
Absolutely.
Just slowly swipe a few games here and there. Delvin won't even know.
I just come on, my PS5's going.
No. See, you gotta be more clever than that. You can't be just swiping consoles. A controller, a game. Like just kind of pull some stuff off the bottom of the pile.
My son listens to this shit. Boy, if you do this, I will whoop. I am not a violent person, but if I find some shit missing in my house, we are gonna have it out that day.
Delvin will start taking pictures.
As much stuff as you got, you wouldn't know nothing's missing.
He has just as much as me. He has a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Even better, take your stuff, replace it with his stuff. So you think you still have stuff, but all your stuff is gone. It's just his stuff.
Delvin Jr., here's what you do. Throw a birthday party, invite your friends over. Blame it on them. As long as you don't care about those friends, you'll never
You will get all those friends beat up. I fight kids.
Blame it on them. Blame it on the parent or the parent. Blame it on the ex. There are plenty of people you can blame things on.
100%.
I would beat them kids' ass and their parents' asses that day.
I mean, I think you can get away with one just by being like, "Oh, I thought that was mine. That was yours. Oh, my bad." Like that's one out of the way.
Might have done that before.
See,
See, we already have precedents. We know this can be done.
Rebecca, you don't know how devious my mind goes.
Think about it.
This is why Cult of the Lamb is such a great game.
He has more games than me, probably, like physical copies. He has this thing now where because he does homeschooling, and he's realized that GameStop's like right around the corner from us. So now every week he walks to GameStop and goes to buy some games. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Finish your schoolwork.
With what money?
GameStop.
Yeah, with what money is he buying these games?
Yes. He goes and does chores for his grandmother, and she gives him an absurd amount of money. It was like $50. Then I have to go back and just like do the shit that he was supposed to do for him. The circle of life.
Wow. So he's just getting over on you left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Goddamn con artist.
And apparently the GameStop has stuff for him, whereas
smart.
for you,
some people say con artists. Yeah. Some people say smart. You're only con artist if you get caught.
Exactly.
You only get caught.
That's true.
Smart.
It's not illegal if nobody sees you do it.
100%.
That is facts.
Just saying.
My man, every time I look, you like come home with another stack again. Like, where the fuck you getting all this money from? You selling drugs or something? Like, every time he comes home, he's like, I got all these games, Dad. Like, what? Oh, they were on sale. Like, all right, I'm gonna start checking your room.
It's a TikTok.
It's
like, they gave it to me. What? They just
you're messing up because it should be a walk through the door tax where you end up taking 2 or 3 of them games. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's a good idea.
True. Yeah, dad tax.
Dad tax. Let me get some of them games, and then you can go trade in those for what you really want.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm just raise his room.
That's fair.
I'm saying. It's just a circle. It's a circle.
He got a bunch of money to be going to get some going to GameStop and then going to Subway and McDonald's every day. Like, what the fuck are you getting all this money from?
Damn, for a 16-year-old, this kid's living life.
I'm saying homeschool, GameStop around the corner, money in his pocket, living it up. He's living life. He's doing it right.
He definitely loves homeschool now. When he realized I can be finished for school by 12, not even. Yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
Way better. I wish I had that.
Yeah. So Johnny, you mentioned Cult of the Lamb.
Ooh.
I have played this game.
I recall. Yeah.
I have fallen deep into the Cult of the Lamb rapidly.
Yes, we got another one, baby.
It is so much fun. Delvin, I'd like you to know that you were the first person to die of old age.
Tell him what.
Like, you were old.
Seems very appropriate.
Donnie, like day 3, you were pissed off and decided to leave the cult.
That's right.
I couldn't even throw you in jail because I hadn't been playing long enough to actually throw you in jail and re-educate you.
You were too broke
you were gone
to have me as a follower. I was like, I'm out of this low budget cult. Look at this shit.
Look at this jank.
Now we're thriving. The cult is thriving. We honor our elders. We bury them. We have all the good perks. It's great. We are living life. We are thriving. I've already killed a couple of the bosses. Things are going well. It's a lot of fun. I'm eventually gonna go through and do an evil playthrough and just murder everyone.
I had Bex. By the time I finished, she did die. I did bury Bex, so she has a tombstone. One of the few to be honored in my village.
Oh, that's good.
I have a couple of honored in my village. Otherwise, they get sacrificed for meat and call it a day.
Gotta harvest that meat.
I bet I was made to a taco. We gotta get buried.
We didn't bury you. No. We just let you deteriorate. You became one with the earth because you're so old. You're of the earth, Delvin. So
old for the earth.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, the game is a lot of fun.
It's so good.
It has definitely drawn me in. The combat, the movement, everything just feels really, really good. The different cars, there's just so much stuff to do that you can really just get lost doing all the little side stuff and not even dealing with going out and trying to kill the bosses.
That's the addictive part.
Definitely get caught in that loop of let me build up my town, let me go get resources. I got that one ability where you can just end your run whenever.
Yep.
So I got that. I've got the grass eating ability, so I don't have to actually worry about making food. just cook the grass and everybody's happy. So
that works. Just cook grass. That's a thing.
Yeah, you can make people like grass salads in the beginning, but if you do, it makes them sick. And a lot of recipes will make them sick, or they have some sort of ulterior buff. But if you use one of your rituals, you can take that side buff away. So you can feed them the grass, which is great because grass is plentiful. You've got grass for days. So then you can feed everybody without them all dying on you.
Yep. They don't
and
die.
Then later,
they don't lose faith. It's great.
Yeah. And later on, when you upgrade your farming practices, you get better. You get like beets and all kinds of stuff. And you can make even better dishes that actually give you bonuses.
Yeah, I've got pumpkins and mushrooms and all kind of stuff. So,
dude, what a great game that to keep all of your followers devoted to you, you can just get them high as fuck on mushrooms. What an amazing game.
I have not done that.
Oh, you haven't got that ability yet?
Presented as an option. No.
Damn. Sorry for the spoilers. I thought you already
no, that's fine.
It's hilarious. That's one of the rituals you can do is you just give everybody mushrooms. And it maxes out their devotion for like 3 days.
Wow.
The more y'all tell me about this game, the more I want to try it at least.
It's great.
Dude, it's great.
Fun. Delvin Jr. says he's getting it, by the way. He wants to get it.
I wasn't lying. It's game of the year. Like that wasn't an exaggeration or anything. It's so fresh and so cool and charming and neat and tight. And like I said, everything has a purpose. It's just really, really well done. I realize that they've got bugs and technical issues that they're trying to work on through all the different platforms they're supporting, but what is there is fantastic.
Yep. It's great. I'm playing it on PC. I've had no issues.
And cute.
Runs like a dream. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is very cute, but it's like a bloody cute, which is okay. It's like the forest critters from South Park.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Those big eyes.
Yeah, the big eyes, all the blood and guts and violence. Like, you're not doing anything nice here. Like, everything is about sacrifice and murder. So it just happens to be, disguised behind cute little cuddly animals. It's
hashtag done a game. I loved it. Yeah, felt like it was made for me.
Yeah, I would agree. This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of fun. And then, of course, Destiny 2 is back on the menu, baby.
Fortnight, baby. Here it comes. Finally.
No.
They've moved on. They've elevated.
Shut up.
The game has evolved. They were like, look,
Fortnite.
We tried making our own game. It was shit.
Garbage.
So we're just going to do it in Fortnite now.
Destiny is the most pre-ordered game on Steam right now. So, fuck you, Fortnite. All right? Nobody cares about Fortnite. Fortnite can go die in a ditch.
They care.
Oh,
Destiny 2 is back, baby. And it's great.
Is it though?
I love the Blade Runner vibe that's coming with Lightfall. I'm a space pirate right now. It's back on the menu. I miss being in love with Destiny. That's probably some of my most fun games.
That makes me
hanging
happy
out with my boys. And like I have yet to have a feeling with the game that I did with Destiny. Like, I was just so into Destiny and really, really, really just wanted to get back to it. And that feeling is slowly coming back, and I'm very excited.
Nice.
So,
Devs Boys.
What about
the worst marketing sample group in the world?
Well, Devs Boys are the Madden people.
By how they just played Destiny.
No, those aren't Devs Boys. Those aren't Devs Boys. Devs Boys is the Madden sample. That's what I refer to as Devs
Shots
Boys.
fired, Coach.
These other idiots. Yeah. Sorry, Coach. Madden. I did get one of my friends Madden, or got him a PlayStation for Madden, so he's very, very excited to be back on the Madden train. I have it, but I haven't played it yet because
I was going to ask, is it good? Is this year good?
I mean, Dev's Boys are happy. There's lots of bugs,
That's
but
not saying much.
I have one friend who always complains about like the zones not working, and apparently the zones work this year. I'm like, until they don't, until somebody finds a glitch and breaks it. But they're happy with Madden until they won't be because something's broken. But whatever. You gotta ask Coach if Madden's good this year.
Below 70 on OpenCritic? Wow.
Is that Madden?
Does that matter?
Yeah, to a lot of people it does. That's why these Metacritic and OpenCritic, that's why these platforms exist. They get millions of views.
Gives you an idea what to expect.
I don't know if that's true with sports games. Because I feel like the people who are really there for the sports games, they're not looking at the OpenCritic. Like, it's a whole different thing.
No, I completely disagree. I follow some pretty deep Madden communities.
Would Jack care?
And they care
Would Jack care if NBA 2K got a 70 on OpenCritic?
If NBA 2K got like a 65 on OpenCritic, Jack would know. Jack would come tell me. He'd be like, "Did you hear? Metacritic is killing the game."
I would care. I play 2K and I would definitely care. I would play it.
Still play.
Yeah, don't.
And you'd be like, that OpenCritic isn't right.
Don't underestimate the ability for the masses to hate.
Yeah.
Oh, Every year, Madden is the same game. That's all you hear. Madden is the same game every year. But what happens? Madden is always top of the charts. People
of course,
because
people people like
to
it.
my point.
I'm like that with 2K.
That score
just because people
matter.
buy it doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
My point is that the score doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't in terms of sales and stuff like that.
But it does in terms of reputation and prestige.
Hey, look at Coach. He says Dev is very right. We don't care about the critics' score because they're so off base. That's typically what I hear from anybody I know who plays sports games. And I have a lot of people that's all they play.
I also follow
games.
I follow sports critics. So the sports folks that I follow know what they're talking about.
Are they playing games?
Like I said, it depends on the game. Like some years 2K is really good, and some years 2K is like, ugh. But it doesn't stop me from playing. It's just like, oh, this is an off year.
Yeah.
That's how more or less how I look at it. Like this is just an off year. Especially with the 2K, the wrestling games. Like, ugh.
Those
this is a bad year. It's not off, it's bad.
Yeah.
Moving along, Donnie, what have you been up to?
Dude, my week has sucked. I've been chained to this computer for 2 days in a row, and I'm very angry. I did not play a lot of video games this week, and I was even going to tell you guys this weekend that I was just kind of in a crummy ass mood. Like, I didn't want to do anything. There was nothing I wanted to watch. I didn't want to play anything. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do anything. I just kind of sat here and like looked at options to do and didn't do anything. I just wasn't in the mood.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was like after devoting so much time in a short period to like Cult of the Lamb, like maybe I just needed a break. But yeah, so I just didn't do a whole lot, and I just kind of messed around with a few things. I played last week, some other things I didn't. But sticking to the Madden train, my Madden is broke. I tried to get in a Madden through Game Pass, through the EA Play, and I was very upset with the customer support that I received, to the point that out of spite, I was now no longer interested.
Wow.
There are thousands of people that are having the same issue as I. Thousands. You can go on Reddit and Twitter, you just look up Madden trial, tons, people, screenshots everywhere. Like the trial through Game Pass is completely broken. It's just broken.
Game Pass is broken?
Yeah. So what it is you try to go through the trial through Game Pass, through EA Play on your console, and it tells you that your console is your trial is ended. It's already maxed out, right? That's what's going on. So it's like you've already played your 10 hours. I played for 3 minutes. That's how long I had the game open, because the console keeps a record. So I have a screenshot of exactly how long I had the game open. So I had the game open for 3 minutes. Oh, Daniel says my audio is cutting in and out. Is my audio cutting out for everybody else?
I hear
perfect. Fine to me.
Okay.
It's Daniel's. He's on like a half.
It's Apple.
Tablet.
It's the iPad. It's the iPad. Yeah, that's fair. I should have thought of that. Okay. So I was super bad. I got in contact with EA. Their support. The thing that actually made me most angry is that there are people tweeting to EA and EA help and stuff. There's been like zero acknowledgement that this is even an issue. All their Twitter is full of is like, we gave 100 keys to Tom Brady to retweet and follow. It's just that shit constantly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no acknowledgement that there's even an issue. Like they're like, if we don't talk about it, nobody knows.
If
it's
we
like, dude,
it'll go away.
Right. I'm like, there's thousands of us. We see it. We know. Like we all know that it's broken. So I get in contact with them. Of course, what do they want to do? DM us. Let's not talk about this in public. DM us so we can keep it private, keep it hush.
Like you're doing a drug deal.
Exactly. They legit told me, I kid you not, they legit told me to turn my console off and back on. I was like, you motherfucker.
Did you turn it off and back on?
And
are you sure it's plugged in?
They made me uninstall the game, which I had already done 3 or 4 times. Obviously, I'm not an idiot. I had already done several of my own troubleshooting steps. And after those steps, I kid you not, because I posted a screenshot on Twitter, they literally told me, they're like, well, that's it. There was no solution. They're like, well, that's what they told me. They were like, well, we can't add time to people's Game Pass. We can't reset individual people's pass. I was like, so that's it? There's a benefit that I pay for and everything. That's it. That's it. It's just broke. Great. Thanks, guys. What the fuck? So here's the thing. I don't know how this worked. Jack got in.
Oh, wow.
So I went and played a little bit on Jack's console. Now I have only played like 2 games, but I gotta tell you, having played 2 games, I'm really glad I didn't buy it because the new passing controls are different, but it doesn't really change the game at all, like a whole lot. Like I still feel like I can just throw it and it'll just like the receiver will just catch it. I hate the running zones. I have hated them for a while now, and I still hate them. Like I hate running the ball in Madden. It just feels stiff and mechanical and not like swift and like a running back. I really hope that that's not the case for NCAA. It's going to ruin all of my enthusiasm because I realized just after playing, and I was like, I no longer want, like, I just don't want to play any more Madden. I'm good. So I just turned Madden. I just let Jack continue playing, and I don't think I'll play it. Like maybe when it comes to Game Pass, probably not. Because here's what I am playing: NFL 2K3 on PlayStation 2, and I'm having an absolute blast. It's so good. And that's the thing. It's so much better.
2K football game.
It's so much better than Madden. 1,000 times better. Here's the amazing thing that happened. Couple things. I started a brand new fantasy franchise. I did 46 round draft. I drafted 46 rounds of players. I built my own team with all kinds of players. I won't run you through who was all on my team, but I built my own team, and I'm playing the game. Dev, the first game I won 13-9 because I intercepted the ball in the final 30 seconds of the game while the other team was in the red zone, and collectively between the two teams, we threw 6 interceptions the whole game. I was like 11 of 24 for 136 yards, a touchdown, and 4 interceptions. Like, here's the thing. Those old games feel like you're playing football. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm playing like this, arcade simulation of like how football, and I'm scoring 70 points a game. Like, it felt difficult to throw the ball, like to advance the ball, to move the ball.
Old school smash mouth football.
Yeah,
not
and
the passing league that the NFL is now.
And if I didn't pick the right defensive play, like if I sat in zone and they picked a run play, I got torched. And if I sent a blitz and they called my pass, I got torched. And I was like, holy shit, picking plays matters. I completely forgot about this. Let me sit up and pay attention to what the hell I'm doing, because I'm getting worked by like Rex Grossman, just
Rexy.
Yeah, I was just having a blast. It's so good. It's so good. So I had a lot of fun playing NFL 2K in not Madden. But in more unfortunate news, I played a little Rollerdrome. I did buy Rollerdrome. I pre-ordered it. That's a game, if you guys remember, was in the PlayStation State of Play Direct or whatever.
Yes, I played that too.
I uninstalled it after about an hour. I don't want to go as far as saying I don't like it, because I actually think it's doing what it does like pretty good. It's a lot. If you're one of those people like me that got back to Tony Hawk with the remaster and you were like, I'm not as good as this game as I used to be. Imagine that plus like full on, like FPS mechanics on top of that you've got to kill people to reload with bullet time and max pain. It's just a lot to take in. Like after a while, I was like, man, I'm skating. You have to do tricks to reload your guns. You get bullet time, but it's limited. And you get people that shoot at you from all these different angles. So it's like this weird mix of like Tony Hawk, where you're trying to get speed and you're trying to do jumps, but you're trying to shoot people and like zoom in, and like it's just a lot to take in, to be honest with you. It was a little bit more than I was wanting
for that young, fast Twitch crowd that actually can move their hands fast enough to do all that stuff.
So after about an hour, I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't want to do this no more. Delvin, I did watch The Black Phone, which I will report.
How did you like it?
I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was really good.
I agree.
I still don't fully understand how the main character and the villain both could hear the phone. I don't quite understand the connection.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and the connection that I saw in like Screen Rant, that was like some shit. I was like, I don't even believe this is ridiculous. Like they basically were like, he made it up in his head. It was this response to being a victim. I was like, come on, that is so deep. Like you're reaching so far.
Sounds like some supervillain origin story.
But the movie itself was fantastic. I actually thought it was just fun for like a horror movie. Obviously, it's not like fun, like haha funny, but it was like new and kind of refreshing. Felt fun to watch. You know, it wasn't kind of paint by numbers horror. And and Ethan Hawke's great. So I love that.
Yeah, he's a great horror guy, villain, bad guy, whatever you want to call him.
Sinister, excellent. Yeah, he can kind of continues his run. And then the last thing that I've been playing, not much. I've probably put in collectively 2 hours with it over last night and today is Saints Row, which the internet collectively hates. Right?
I played a little bit of it, but it's too early to kind of make a decision on whether I like it or not. Like I played it a little bit after the tutorial and the first mission. So yeah,
same. Yeah. So and we're going to talk about it in the news. So I'll save it for the news anyway.
Well, if you've got nothing else to report, Donnie, let's get into the news.
Let's go back in time, gentlemen.
Hey, you still don't have a Sega CD? Huh? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? You have seen the games, right? Wrong answer, man. Show them. Want to see more?
Sega!
I think there is collectively like 2 seconds worth of gameplay footage in that entire commercial.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm 100% honest. I had a Sega CD. Sega CD sucked.
It did. I had one too. It was trash. 100%
absolute trash.
Garbage. It was so bad.
It was really bad.
I thought that was fun. Those old commercials. I might try to find more of those to put in there.
Yes, please do.
Yeah,
please do. That's awesome.
Yeah, I used to love those commercials.
Okay, so Gamescom was yesterday, and we had Jeff Keighley's opening night live.
And today too.
Yeah, it's still going on. And so here, I just want to be upfront. Listeners, I haven't done a lot of research on this. I've been so busy at work. These are literally my notes from the show. I haven't revisited them. I don't know what's come out today. So if it's outdated or dates are wrong or whatever.
Today, so I can tell you some of the stuff that came out today.
A game
today or yesterday.
The game that called Everywhere. It's being head up by former GTA lead Leslie Benzies and is dated for next year. Anything?
I saw a little bit of that. It looked okay.
I was not interested in the least.
It sounded like they were building like a metaverse game, but like I was shitting on it. I was laughing. I was making fun of it when they said it because they opened it with the dev going, "We want you to make your own game," and I was like, "That is the worst way to start a game pitch with me ever. We want the players to make their own game." It's like, well, now I'm not interested. But it got more interesting because they show you this world and they talk about this open world and it's expanding and stuff. And then they kind of jump to like this Watch Dogs-y type of trailer with like a character and you see their face and it's got glitch effects and stuff, which made it look more like a campaign single player story type of thing, which when I was on, obviously I was following along the internet, a lot of my Twitter feeds were intrigued. Like they were caught by kind of the mystique. They're like, well, what's that? And they didn't talk about it more than that. It's just, there's a new game. It's called Everywhere. It's supposed to come out next year. Please be excited. The next game looked amazing until the very end. It is Dune. Dune is getting an action game. And I was like, oh my God, yes, look at this. This sounds amazing. And then they closed the Dune trailer with the words, open world survival MMO.
This was my moment of the show.
Thanks.
Dottie's hype level was through the roof, and as soon as I saw open world MMO, I just laughed my ass off because I knew he was automatically out.
Crushed.
I was also pissed because I'm like, this looks like it could be a great campaign. I don't want any more MMOs. I was like,
what is with everybody? Everything is a Soulsborne and a Rogue and an can somebody just make a damn?
They're trying to just capture that live service stuff. I just want a campaign game.
It makes all the sense in the world. Single player action adventure Dune game. How hard is that?
Yeah.
Like you're swinging and missing so hard. Why?
It's going to go the way of every other MMO that's come out that's not Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft. It's going to be here for a year and then gone.
I expect, 100% agree. The next thing will probably be the most controversial of the things shown. The DualSense Edge controller from PlayStation, a new controller, high performance controller with customizable buttons on the back and things, and player profiles. This is kind of, I'll dare say it, like their Elite controller.
It's the exact same thing as the Elite, just the PlayStation version.
But it's not. It doesn't have the metal sticks and all that.
It has replaceable sticks. I'm
replaceable
sure
sticks, but they look plastic. They look like the same sticks.
It probably won't come with the metal sticks, but I'm sure there'll be some premium sticks you can buy. It's the same, except it's the Sony version where they charge you more, much like Nintendo.
We didn't get a price, so we don't know how much it's going to cost. So we can't compare it like that.
I thought I saw 169 somewhere or something like that.
They did not put a price.
Yeah, as I say, that's absurd.
That's all speculation.
I'll get out of the way because I know Dev and Delvin probably really like it. I think the controller is just ugly. Now, that said, I have not been a fan of the DualSense aesthetic from the get-go, so that's on me. But the fact that they have like this glossy black piece they're adding to the white matte controller, to me, makes it look kind of janky. It looks like
I mean,
to me it looked honestly
on the white controller.
It looks like a third-party Snap-on type stuff that they've added to the DualSense is what it looks like to me. That's what I think it looks like. I think it looks worse than the original controller, personally.
I disagree. I think it looks great. I love the way the trackpad looks. I like the fact that there's
I do like the trackpad. I agree with that.
Function buttons underneath the sticks, so that gives you some more buttons. You got the back paddles. I've wanted an Elite controller from Sony, like an actual first-party Elite controller from them. So I'm intrigued, and I would like to hear more.
Let me ask you this. Why don't you just have a Scuff then?
Because I'm not paying Scuff prices. Plus, Scuff isn't.
Won't this?
They're just.
Couldn't this possibly cost Scuff prices?
It could, and if it does, I won't buy one. I'm not spending $250 on a controller. Like,
is that how much the Scuff stuff cost? I thought Scuff was like $175. No,
it's like it depends on which one. I have a PS4 Bumblebee one. It was like $160.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Scuff was costing.
The Scuff ones that I've looked at have all been $250 because I want more buttons and different things. But I'm not paying that for a controller.
Okay.
So,
what do you think, Delvin? You excited?
It looks cool. I'll try it. Looks cool. It doesn't. Why I don't necessarily need a pro controller. Like not my thing.
You should tell them about the controller you bought.
I just bought I bought the Captain America controller for Xbox.
That's right.
Well, the new Captain America Falcon, the one who.
The Razor.
And I love it. It's
see, I see stuff on Twitch or on Twitter, and I sold it to Delvin, and he bought it. I see the good stuff.
Yeah, he did. Good
influencer.
Looking out made me like I was like, damn, I don't need to be spending money. Then Dev's like, damn, you like Captain America? Like, fuck, I do. You got me.
How much is the
got him?
How much is the DualSense now? $70?
Yeah, 70.
I was kind of hoping that this one would be like $100.
$75 for the new ones, which is weird.
Yeah,
like they charge a premium for like
it's like an extra.
Yeah.
Like $5-10.
$5.
It was like that with the PS4 too. Like if you got just a regular black DualShock, it was cheaper than if you got the colors.
You've got the Ghost one and stuff. I remember that. Yeah. I will say, hey, I see you, John. Nice. Thanks for watching us on Facebook. I will say that in their defense, ever since the DualSense came out, they've made different color like clip-on pieces. So you can have like different color, like Wii U tank tops that you add to your DualSense if you want to flare it up a bit. So maybe they'll add something like that to the edge, and like if you want it all black or matching white, yeah, you can do that. Because the only thing that's different is there are like those adjustments that are under the sticks that stick out through the piece. So you just have to like make a hole for that to be there. But I imagine that they'll clip on the same for both controllers.
Probably.
So yeah, probably not that big of a deal.
Looking at the Scuff website, the PS5 Scuff controller is $219.
Yeah, that's a lot for a controller. I get you there.
Do they have any licensed ones?
No.
I
don't think Scuff has ever done licensed.
You can customize like the colors.
Well, no, I have a Scuff Transformers one. That's what I'm asking. But it was PS4.
I thought you meant like PlayStation licensed stuff. I know that they've never done like IP stuff. Yeah.
If you bought a Transformer Scuff, that is probably somebody made a Scuff and then put some Bumblebee stuff on it. That probably did not come from a Scuff.
No, they're gonna hate Scuff. It was for the Bumblebee movie. It was legit from when the Bumblebee movie came out. They had a special Scuff controller for it. I think it was like a limited edition. It was like $150 or something like that. and I immediately got it because I like Transformers.
I paid way more than that for my Gears Elite, so I'm all for it. I'm all for good controllers. So to me, more than anything, I think this might be just the difference. Obviously, I have a different like aesthetic that I like than Dev, but look matters so much. I buy so many controllers just based on how they look. You know, like you're talking to the person who bought the Elite, took all the paddles and shit out. I was like, I never want to touch this. This is all too. I don't want any of this. So look matters to me more than anything else. First, it's look then feel, then it's performance.
Feel is always first for me. It's feel and performance. I don't really care about the look because it's in my hands and I'm not looking down at it.
I'll be interested to hear
my controllers.
What you think of it feel wise, or just I would like to hear what anybody thinks of holding it, because that is the one thing that I do love about the Elite. The Elite controller feels
so good.
Yeah, it feels. People say what they want about quality and build construction, all that, but the feel of the Elite is. I have never felt anything on par with how the Elite feels in the hand.
I agree. I would continue to use it on my PC, but like the right bumper just does not work. That's
the thing. Everybody reports issues.
Now my DualSense is my PC controller.
Nice. We got another look at Callisto Protocol. It was a pretty long look. We got to see them dude sliding down the sewer and blowing stuff up. Games continues to look amazing. Anything else on that one?
I'm here for it.
Still look good.
The next one I was excited about, Lords of the Fallen. I never played Lords of the Fallen, just because it's Souls-like. I never when I hear that, I'm like, I'm never gonna play it. But the trailer for this was fucking epic. It was great. I was like, this is a really great trailer. This is a way to be exciting about your game. It helped that it has one of my favorite metal songs of all time. But outside of that, I thought it was a really fun trailer. I wanted to play it. And then at the end, we see the name of it, and I realize it's a Souls-like, meaning that I'll probably never play it. But they did say that this one is more focused on being an RPG, a lot of systems and stuff.
Yes,
so like maybe it won't be so Soulsy, because there's
a shit ton of systems and RPG stuff in all the Souls games.
Are there?
I played.
I don't know
the first one, and I will tell you, it's not. Calling the Souls game is a little bit of a stretch.
On the Steam page, I took a little bit of hope, because on Steam they say we have Souls-like combat in open world RPG. Like it doesn't say like maybe I was hoping maybe that doesn't mean
that's
Souls-like
a better
difficulty.
description of it. It's Soul-like combat. It's not Souls-like difficulty.
Maybe I can put it in easy.
My problem with the Souls game isn't the difficulty; it's the combat. I hate how slow everything is. Like I'm not so bothered by it being difficult, and like if you get hit,
I am. I don't want to do that.
I'm more bothered by just how slow paced the combat can be, and having to roll and wait for your bars to fill back up so you can roll again. Like I can't stand that shit.
I thought about playing the original just to get a feel for it, but I don't know how. Really I don't know how much of a case the original will make for this new one. Like. I'm getting the impression this new one is different.
Completely different? Okay. Then
I don't know about completely different, but just different.
It looked like more of the same to me, because like when I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh, that's why I thought it was a remake. I'm like, is it just a remake of the original? Because the original I was intrigued by. Like I wanted to play it and just never got around to it.
It had bad review scores too, right?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I remember about it. I remember it had a big marketing run and just kind of not meeting the bar for a lot of people, and it just kind of faded off. I remember it being like super cheap one year on Black Friday. Get that game for like $9.
PlayStation Plus or something.
I'm sure it did.
Again, it has.
I see the word Souls and I'm like, well, I'll never play it. But maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe. Probably not. I'm definitely not gonna like buy it. But maybe one day for cheap or something, or I'll have to watch some people play it. But next game on the list was Hogwarts Legacy. It got a date, February 10th, 2023. Moving on.
Yeah.
New Tales from the Borderlands was announced. It's out this October on the 21st. Delvin, be excited.
Yeah, it looks good. I looked at the price of it. It's $50. I'm like, whoa.
How much was the original?
Yeah, it's like $50. I think it's $40 for the regular edition and $50 for like the special edition that comes with some money or something like that.
Is that too
Yes,
much?
Was
high
the
for a
original one that expensive?
No, it's like $30. I want to say it's like a regular
I
Telltale game
thought the
price.
original was 30. Yeah. Speaking of price, Lords of the Fallen is only $4.
That's what I
Lords of the Fallen is not expensive.
I was thinking about giving it a try since it was cheap. I know. I saw it.
And it's always on sale.
Yeah. Maybe I will. Anything else about Tales of the Borderlands besides you not wanting to pay the price? These poor developers putting their hard work to make you this damn game.
You know
for
he's
years.
gonna pay the price.
He's like,
you know he's gonna pay the price.
I'm interested to see
give him that money.
What they do with it because it's not Telltale. So maybe it might be more polished. Maybe it'll be a longer game. Because it's Gearbox. It's completely Gearbox now, so it's gonna be a different experience. I want to see how different it's gonna be from the Telltale games itself. So yeah, I'm interested in it. Looks good. I watched the trailer for it today. Different cast from the original game.
Next up is Dying Light, which its upcoming story DLC, Bloody Ties, was shown and dated. It's out October 18th. I mean, I thought the trailer for the DLC was entertaining. I don't think it looked bad. Not very, I just didn't have a whole lot of investment, I guess, for me, based on the story of Dying Light 2 so far. It just kind of looked, I was getting, this is a terrible comparison. They're completely different games. I'm just meaning in like the vibe, kind of like Far Cry New Dawn, like Far Cry type thing. It was like everything just kind of, I don't know, like cyberpunky neonish kind of thing. I was like, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to play it. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure I'm going to play it. But as I've been saying, there was nothing in the trailer that was like, I've got to go play it. Yeah. I'm like, I'll play it one day. Like I bought the special edition. I have the DLC for free. Whenever I'm in between games or bored or something, I'll play it, I'm sure. But I'm not going to like stop my plans in the middle of October to go play it. The next trailer up was Destiny 2 Lightfall.
Yeah, buddy.
Again,
got the Blade Runner aesthetic.
Coming to Fortnite, baby. So good.
You know what?
This one's gonna have Buzz Lightyear in it.
This is some bullshit.
Next up.
Oh, that's how we
game of the show.
Skip right over it.
We got a great trailer.
Fucker.
We'll talk about Destiny later. We got a great trailer.
No, we're not.
For Sonic Frontiers, which got dated. It's out this November, right? I didn't write down the date, but I think it was November 15th.
Yes, it's November. Same day as God of War, I think.
Okay.
Same day or same week, I want to say.
It was dated. It was coming to all consoles and Steam. Finally confirmed PC release. I'm probably going to play PC. I'm like 85% PC leaning right now, but there's a Steelbook. If you buy a physical copy, I kind of want the Steelbook. Yeah. I'm hoping that like maybe
Delvin,
sometimes
you're not getting that Steelbook.
You're right. I'm going to attempt to get the Steelbook. And they're going to say, your Steelbook is not here.
Sometimes Best Buy will let you buy Steelbooks on their own.
Yes, they do.
I see them at my Best Buy all the time. They're always just, here's a bunch of Steelbooks. Please buy them.
I think that's going to be the plan.
They're like $10.
I'm going to buy Sonic on Steam and then hope I can buy a Steelbook. Here's the interesting thing, or at least the only real anecdote that I have. I've got a couple things. I thought the trailer looked great. I think that's evident by the amount of influencers that have been shitting on this game all summer. All of a sudden, we're like, are we going to play Sonic? It's like, now you want to come to the table. Man, so finicky and fickle.
I always thought it looked good.
Gaming community. But the other thing is, beyond just, I'm still very excited for it. I'm playing on Steam. Oh, he said he didn't think. John 32 says he didn't think Sonic was going to release this year. I mean, we thought maybe it was on the short list for being delayed because we just didn't get a date for so long.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah, but I honestly thought the demo looked great. Like just the amount of transitions that they showed in the world of between platforming and combat and everything. I was like, I think the most interesting thing for me is I've bought a lot of Sonic games, kind of in my life. Dreamcast, Wii U, bought a couple Wii U Dreamcast games. Typically, whenever I've bought a 3D Sonic game, I've regretted that purchase. They have almost always sucked. Like almost always. Lost World was garbage, like real bad. So I think it's interesting that I'm this excited to buy another 3D Sonic game, which makes me like I'm preparing for pain at this point. Like this is probably
exactly. You're just a glutton for punishment. That's what
maybe.
It is. You really want to believe.
I want to believe. Yeah, but yeah, most of the time, man, 3D Sonic games really don't meet the bar. But I want to believe that this one could be different because it's got all those cool Breath of the Wild-y vibes. It looks awesome. And it just looks different. It doesn't look like those other ones either. It doesn't. It looks different. It looks like a level of new design in this one that we haven't seen, and I don't think we've seen a Sonic game since the Dreamcast. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I was
going to
say
like, that's a
this
fresh
looks
Sonic
like
game.
a perfected version of the Sonic Adventure games. What they wanted to do with those.
Yeah,
this feels like. Yeah, I'm like, all right, this looks good.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, so I'm all in. I'll be playing Sonic. Another game that I think I'm probably all in. Under the Waves got a little trailer. Looked really relaxing, cool. Like I want to know more. We need the Starship Troopers thing. Would you like to know more? I definitely do.
We do need that. We need to bring that.
We gotta fix it up. Return to Monkey Island is coming out September 19th. If you pre-order, you can get horse armor that does enough for it, which is an amazing video game.
What a lovely throwback. Oh, that's a lovely throwback.
I've never been into those games, so I won't be participating, but I know a lot of our extended family will. I'll be very excited. Friends versus Friends, a very colorful multiplayer shooter, comic-y, cartoon style thing. Like I thought it looked cool. There was one of the few trailers I think in the whole show that showed some gameplay. So I thought it looked cool. It was an interesting first pitch. The game a show for so many people, not me, so many other people, is Lies of P.
What the hell is that? I missed that trailer altogether.
It's a Soulsborne game.
Never mind.
It is like this. It has this Victorian Gothic art style, kind of like The Order. And the plot is centered around Pinocchio, but instead of Pinocchio like the puppet, I guess it's like Pinocchio the android or whatever.
Human.
Yeah. And like it's all this kind of dark thing. Watch the trailer. People are extremely excited for this game. We all know
the reimagining of the Pinocchio story.
You said Souls.
We all know how hard the Soulsborne kids go. They go hard for their games, and they are really excited for this game. And this game is coming to Game Pass on day one, also mentioned during the show. So a lot of people are very excited. I saw more people tweeting about this than most games announced for Game Pass. So this might be a big release for Game Pass. I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
Atlas Fallen, Dev?
Exist already. Yeah, man, it looked cool. You know,
looked like
I was joking when I said we should play this. Like, you're not going to play this.
Probably,
but it looked like it could be, some fun multiplayer. Me and you go bash some things in the face adventure. You never know.
Yeah, maybe I wish listed it. I wrote down Scars Above. I honestly don't even remember what that was. I have no recollection of what that is.
Delvin?
Not at all.
No?
Not one bit. Let me look it up. Oh yeah, no. Now I do. I looked at it and I thought this looked kind of cool. Let's see here. Yeah, it's that sci-fi one. It's kind of like the plot seemed to be kind of like this Independence Day, narrative-driven type thing. There's like a sentient spaceship that like parks itself outside of Earth, and apparently you go somewhere and you start finding out mysteries. I was like, yeah, that's cool. It's a neat pitch.
This doesn't look too bad.
Gotham Knights got shown again. The 8,000th time.
At least they got pushed up.
Pass. Who cares?
They're releasing 4 days early.
Forward.
Yeah. Where Winds Meet. My personal probably favorite thing that I saw from this showcase is a PC game. No consoles have been announced for this yet at all. Yeah, it's a PC title. It's an action adventure game set in the beautiful 10 Kingdoms period of medieval China. IGN did a wrap up. They compared it a lot to Ghost of Tsushima, and if you watch the trailer, you'll definitely get those vibes. But they said it's way more RPG inspired, which they're like, it's like think Ghost of Tsushima, but like Valhalla. Which, I mean, there's a reason why I thought this trailer is my favorite of the show. I was like, damn, that sounds awesome. Like, yeah, let's do that. There's a lot of write-ups about this game. Apparently, it seems ambitious. The developers are like, you don't even have to play the story if you don't want to. Like, you can go be a ruler of a city. You can go build stuff. You can go be a poem writer if you want. You don't even have to do this shit if you don't want to. But if you want to, you can learn Tai Chi and Kung Fu and do all kinds of shit and beat the hell out of everybody. I was like, all of that sounds great. And the game, I thought the game was beautiful. We're going to talk about the show overall, but one of the things that I will mention here, I thought the game looked beautiful, and I said it online, and I think Low Roll immediately responded. He's like, "Yeah, except for the FPS was so bad." It's like, dude, it's the first time they ever showed a game that's in development. Right. It has no date, no year.
It's like, how do we get so nitpicky about a trailer of a game that's in development about the FPS? It was like, come on.
I want to say that, like maybe if it's a release trailer, I'm all about, if it's gameplay and it's close to release, I'm all about being critical at that point. I don't think I ever feel that way when they're like, hey, this game's coming out in a couple years. I'm like, okay, show me. Like, I guess
trailer.
It lowers my guard. Like, it lowers that part of me. I'm like, I'm here to be entertained. Like, show me what you got.
Show me what the game is about.
Blacktail's coming out this winter. I played the demo of that. It's really cool. I think I told you about the demo, Dev. You should play it. It's got a bow. It's nice. I liked it. Dwarf Romantic is coming to Switch September 29th. It's a puzzle game. Apparently, it's supposed to be really chill and kind of tranquil. The only thing I can say about it, because I don't know anything about it, is that the Bored with Video Game crew loves it. They think this game is awesome.
Okay.
Never heard of it. Didn't see this trailer. And it's on Switch. That automatically takes me out the running.
The game that closed the show was the re-reveal of Dead Island 2, coming February 2023. In the post interview of the game, we saw both the trailer and some gameplay. She said it was a love letter to cult Hollywood B horror movies. So like the city's kind of inspired by like LA, but it's not exactly LA. You get to play one of 6 zombie slayers. We saw all of them. We saw a few of them. I coined the one in the trailer, Lenny Kravitz, like Lenny Kravitz, the zombie slayer. Yeah, because they look just like Lenny Kravitz. Obviously, there was a lot of other games that were talked about. I don't want to read off all these lists because I wrote down like 40 of them. So I'll just say, is there any on this list that you want to shout out?
I can't see the list in front of me, but I can name some of the games off the future game show list that people might be interested in. That I know, like System Shock, they showed.
Yeah,
so
that
that's
continues
a pretty
to look
big
good.
one that people looks pretty good. That's coming out really soon. They also showed the Supermassive game, The Devil in Me, which literally looks like Saw. And I'm all in on it now. I was all in before, but I'm really all in now. It looks great. They've changed the systems where now you can carry your inventory with you now. You have a little inventory. You can do more traversal stuff. You can kind of do a lot of different things that you couldn't do in Supermassive games. Like they're making it more of a game as opposed to, hey, you just walk around and do nothing. Now you explore the environments. You solve puzzles. You figure out stuff. So I kind of dig that.
I mean, we know the cream, like the Oreo cream filling is the best part, man. So, got you. So they gave away some awards. Moving Out 2 was in there. What was the one? There was one of the games got a sequel. Yeah, Homeworld 3. It's a pretty big sequel, I think. There's some other stuff in there. So that was the Gamescom. So
they showed Layers of Fear.
They did show Layers of Fear. That's a good call. I thought that looked great. It reminded me. I immediately messaged Kevin about that because Kevin and I both love Manhunt, and there's serious Manhunt vibes in that trailer. I was like, this looks deranged and twisted, and I want to play it. I'm not thinking Layers of Fear. No, I'm thinking Outlast.
You're thinking about Outlast the Trials.
Outlast,
right?
Yeah, Outlast. That was the game they showed, and I thought that reminded me a lot of Manhunt. So I thought it was pretty cool. So in all, what did you guys think of? What do you think of Gamescom?
It was cool.
It was cool. It was cool seeing some different stuff when you know what's coming out.
Yeah,
it was. I caught day 2 of most of the stuff, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was seeing a lot of different things. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They showed the game we watched at the PC show again. I can't remember the name of it. Shoot. The one where you're the astronaut going to, I think it's Mission to Mars, something like that. They showed the story part of that game, and it looks pretty cool. I'm even more excited for it. I think it's only $26.
What didn't you like, Delvin? Tell me about the games you didn't like.
Oh, there was a bunch of shit I didn't like. There was a bunch of PC
stumped him. Did you see that look? He was like
the shit I didn't like, I didn't even think about. Okay, the game is called Deliver.
You stumped the hell out of him. I saw it. We saw it. Me and you both saw it. I saw you look at him, and I looked at him. I was like, and I knew exactly what Dad was thinking.
I'm trying to find games I didn't like. Because there was a bunch, but I didn't just.
I will say that I thought Gamescom was better than I thought it could be. Like I thought it, outdid it. You know, like a few weeks ago, we got a question like, can it outperform E3? And I didn't think it had a chance. And I think it was like kind of close to E3's like thing. You know, like if we didn't see, like we saw Callisto Protocol again, but I think this demo was better than that one. But like game for game, I thought they brought it. It was very surprising.
It did a good job.
Yeah,
lots of new stuff that we hadn't seen before.
A lot of people are complaining about. I do want to talk about this just a little. Get on my soapbox here. A lot of people are complaining about the amount of CG trailers. I understand that, and I get it. I understand. I always want to see gameplay. When I see a lot of CG trailers, I do kind of glaze over, because if I don't see the game in action and movement, even if it's not like finished, I'm like, well, you know, like how much can I really take away from this trailer? Like I get that. I think we all do as gamers. We all get it.
Yeah.
That said, guys, for those of us that really follow this industry, like we know that a lot of times these developers, these publishers, they'll show a CG snippet of a game that they're hoping to attract investors, attract funding, attract development, attract talent. You know, like, hey, we're working on a project. Do you want to be a part of it? Like, get in touch with us. Like, a lot of times that's a part of it. And also, games take 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years to make. They just dated Dead Island 2.
In the case of Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like for those of us that know that, maybe we need to, I don't know, maybe it'd be more prudent if we tried to normalize that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because my Twitter feed was just full of people that were like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of see if it's not gameplay. I don't care. It's like, is that the like the standard we're going to hold to from now on? All marketing shows be nothing but gameplay. I mean, come on.
That sounds terrible.
That's just unrealistic.
It is unrealistic.
Like sometimes you want to have a cool little CG trailer just to showcase your game and the story and what's it about, a character vignette or something. Like it doesn't. It's gameplay.
Mix it up to me. I like a good variety of gameplay. Here's story trailer, so I can know what I'm playing, what I'm getting into.
Again. Yeah,
and some of the best parts of games are the CG cutscenes sometimes. So like, it's okay to have a CG trailer.
100%. Just to reiterate, I also like seeing gameplay. I get it. I don't think that's wrong. I just think maybe it's going a little too far. That might be it. Just maybe it's a little too much.
Yeah,
especially for like Jeff. You know, he's not a publisher. It's not like he's the head guy. You know, he's got to take what he can get, line up, who he can. So. Some Game Pass announcements. Death Stranding did come to Game Pass, so we did get that. It's on PC Game Pass. As did for QuakeCon, we got Elder Scrolls Legend, Battlespire, Elder Scrolls Adventures, Redguard, Quake 4, Quake Champions, and the Champions Pack as a perk. Return to Castle Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 3D. It's all pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Good Game Pass stuff, especially if you're Game Pass for if you're playing on PC. That's a pretty good damn update. The next big headline, huge news this week: Destiny's coming to Fortnite. I mean, all of them, they've got their own powers, like their specials are in Fortnite too. Yeah. This is huge news.
Mascot number 1, mascot number 2, mascot number 3.
What a great swerve. Yeah. They secure the bag from Sony and they're like, fuck it, we're out. We're just going to do Fortnite. We'll just put all of our good stuff there.
Yeah. Okay, so the real news behind that is that Destiny is launching on Epic. So Destiny 2 is coming to the Epic Game Store, and in collaboration with that, they have the Destiny characters and moves and stuff in Fortnite, as well as Fall Guys. The 30th anniversary edition, or like little DLC pack, is free on Epic, and right now all of the expansions for Destiny are free across all platforms, I believe, for the week.
Nice.
So yeah.
So tell us about the new expansion.
Okay, new expansion. So it's the beginning of the end, basically. So the expansion is called Lightfall. We are getting to the point where we are going to meet the Darkness, which is basically the entity that's been
Brother Darkness.
Charlie Murphy.
What if it was just Rick James?
Darkness.
Oh my God! Well, I would play Destiny.
Yeah, 100%. Darkness.
But yeah, we're going to a place we haven't been before. We found out that our city, like basically part of the game, is like you're in the last city of humans. Come to find out, it's not the last city, and they've dropped little hints in like this last expansion that you know, it was this thing with one of the main characters called Two Truths and Two Lies, and you had to pick out the truths and the lies. And one of the truths was the last city is not the last city. So come to find out, there's another city of humans that escaped like the collapse of society, and they're living on Neptune. And the darkness is coming, and they're gonna plant their ship right over that last city, and we're gonna go fuck them up. It's gonna be great.
It's always about race at this damn show.
Always, it is. Well, light versus dark, baby.
Dev.
But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm very excited that you're excited. I'm happy for you.
I'm not. Fuck that game.
I don't know. Did he mean to do that? Did you mean to do that? I don't think he meant to do that.
I thought you did it in retaliation. I was like,
I did not do that. That was not me. All right, quick hitters. We have a bunch of quick hitters. We saw Joel and Ellie in the upcoming show with HBO teaser. We heard Joel speak. Like it's a little snippet, but I'm so excited. Yes. I can't wait for the full trailer, and I cannot wait for the show. I cannot wait to play Last of Us. We're like 10 days, 14 days away, something like that.
Yeah, so I'm excited to play Last of Us. I don't know how I feel about the show because to me, I see those characters and they're just two totally different people. So I'm just like, I don't know it. I don't know. It caught me. I don't know.
You gotta be open to it.
I'm open to it, but it's just so hard for me to see what's his face as Joel. And I just want to, all I see is
I understand.
Life could be like, life is good.
Life is good.
Better. Like that's all I see when I see him. So it's
I understand. It's kind of like I'm really excited about the Rings of Power stuff, Lord of the Rings stuff, and the Lord of the Rings looks like that was another trailer that came out this week, a brand new trailer, which I thought looked great. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. I'm gonna watch an actual show on Amazon. And dude, all the Lord of the Rings fans apparently are shitting on this thing left and right. Like they are mad.
Really?
I didn't even know, but yeah, if you look it up on YouTube, it's just like constant reactions of people angry because apparently they are. I don't know. They're not 100% adhering to the original Tolkien work or whatever. It's like, of course they're not. It's a TV show. Like I get it. And I realize that there will be something in The Last of Us that's different. Like you have to, you have to realize that it's different. It's something else. It's not the game. It's not the thing. It would be something else.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference with like the Last of Us is the fact that you have the person who wrote the show actually working with it to keep it even more in line. Tolkien ain't alive. Whoever wrote that in, and the thing is, with his expanded universe, there's like only another book. There's a Silmarillion. So if you're going back, you have to create a lot of this story.
Yeah.
So
I don't. And here's the other thing. Like for something like that, for something like this, like I don't care. Like you just got to let that go. Like I'm here for it. I just want to be entertained. Just make it good. I care more about that. Is it good and entertaining?
I mean, it belongs to Embracer now, so I'm scared for all things Lord of the Rings in the future.
But not Rings of Power, which we'll get to. Embracer goes wild with $576 million shopping spree, which lands them the rights to the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit IP. They also bought Tripwire, limited run games, and more. This rights include all video and board game rights to Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit.
All rights. They own the entire IP.
The rights to the motion pictures and all media and serial content in 4 or fewer episodes, meaning they do not own the Rings of Power because that'll be longer than 4 episodes. So it seems like that was a specific thing that was put in specifically for this. So they own all Lord of the Rings except for the Rings of Power, which is interesting. They also own all merchandising rights, theme park, stage productions, matching rights to any other Tolkien literary works in the future. And Embracer also this week moved the KOTOR development from Aspire, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. They fired their head bosses, and they moved it to Saber Interactive, which personally I think is a tremendous step up. So if you were wanting KOTOR, this is good news. Now it probably means it'll take a lot longer. Typically when projects move from one dev to another, that typically means it starts all over. Like that's typically what that means. They'll start from,
it's definitely starting all over.
Yeah, ground zero. But Saber Interactive has done good work. You know, World War Z comes to mind. I know the NBA Playgrounds and stuff like that. Like I've been more impressed with products that I've bought from Saber Interactive than Aspire. Doesn't mean it'll be good. Doesn't mean Aspire's thing could have been bad. But I take that as a good development personally.
Does 576 million seem like a low number? Or is it just me?
I heard I listen to Board of Video Games every week, and they talked about this, and An interesting thing that I remember Josh was, he had mentioned, he's like, I didn't know they were for sale. The thing is, I have known that the Lord of the Rings franchise has been shopped and for sale for years, only because I follow, I get alerts and stuff like that because I follow the movies, and I'm not like the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. I'm trying to give that away, but I try to keep up with it because I really like the IP. And I've heard, there have been stories that so-and-so's wanted to buy it. Warner Bros. Have put in bids. And what I took from this news is that nobody wanted to buy it, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people passed on it because, $576 million for all of those, let alone Lord of the Rings, when you compare it to other purchases, are low. But then you remember that, to make money off of those things for video games stuff, you still got to have a developer. You got to make the thing, a market thing, a push the thing. So I think some people out there were just like, we could do either something on our own, something original, or just this isn't going to get us that much. And the fact that like WB, didn't re-secure the license with it and doesn't appear to be all that interested in doing it,
can't get their act together to save their lives.
True. Facts. Facts. So I don't know. Embracer continues to take over the world. Hey, where is the outcry? Where is the anger?
Right.
With a consolidation, monopolies. Where's the anger?
Crying shame. Embracer is just embracing us with loving arms. Apparently,
they have like
okay with
1,000 studios. Everybody's still worried about Microsoft,
but because the average person don't know who the fuck Embracer is. That's why. People know.
I mean, they
Microsoft's
should.
The name. Everybody
they own Gearbox and THQ. They own a lot of people that a lot of people
should know who Embracer is.
Pretty soon, it's going to be just Embracer and Tencent is going to own all of gaming.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think at some point, Embracer's just stockpiling stuff up, hoping to be bought out. So we'll see. That's my idea. I don't know if that's true, but
that's even worse.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a good track record, or I don't know if it's good or bad. That's not the right adjective. Their MO is buying things low. They buy on the cheap. Like when things are at like almost bare bottoms, they swoop in and they try to build it back up. They haven't sold off things yet, but I mean, obviously.
So Embracer is the white knight the industry needs.
Maybe. I doubt it.
I don't see how they got that.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if the future of games, like, again, think big picture. Don't think small. Don't think now. Don't think exclusives. Don't think this console generation.
Damn it, Sean.
Sean says Embracer would be purchased by Taco Bell, according to Demolition Man. That's very good. If you think big picture, right? If the future is subscription services and content and digital and stuff, Embracer's in a good place if they can hang on.
Yeah.
They have a shit ton of content. So, and that's content that you can either license out. Remember, think about like all the deals Netflix had for other studios to have their stuff in Netflix. Like, you still need content. So that also might be kind of the low-key play.
Hey.
Deadline reports Sony is prepping a movie based on Days Gone. That report shook me. I realized for all the Sony, all the Sony fans were like, it shouldn't. I guess I agree with you, but I disagree because this franchise, that game sold pretty well, and they still were like, nah, they were killing it. Not only are we killing it, we're completely drastically changing the studio. We're getting rid of the lead. Like, they really went out of their way to give that game the treatment. And they're like, but we are going to make a movie about it. So I don't know. Interesting.
That was earlier this year. They said,
so
we're making movies out of everything we have, essentially. They're making a Gravity Rush movie.
I understand that way more than this, personally.
Yeah, it's so weird. Days Gone has such a weird history because it was like so lauded. Like, it was like Days Gone is the thing. And then it came
huge marketing,
and it's
huge
kind of like
flop initially.
Let's sweep this under the rug. But wait, people really like this game after some patches. Let's kind of bring it back to the forefront a little slowly, and then it just died off again. They kill the lead. They get rid of the sequel. They dismantle the studio in a way.
We still don't know what Sony's Ben's working on, right?
No, we do not.
Like, we don't really know what Sony Ben's up to.
No.
If they're even a thing. Do we know if are they still there?
They're working on something.
Are they?
They released a trailer like not too long ago saying they're working on something.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they'll still name their protagonist Deacon St. John.
Probably.
God, that's a horrible name.
They should get Charlie Hunnam to do it. Just Sons of Anarchy the shit out of it. I mean,
they
that
should get
fits.
the guy who played Deacon St. John to do it, because it hasn't been that long. He's still like the same fucking age.
With that. I didn't think he was very good in the role.
This is not going to be very good.
I don't know.
I
disagree. I love
Troy
zombie
Baker
stuff.
do it. Just make Troy Baker. It can be his actual like big screen debut. Just make Troy Baker do it.
I love zombie stuff, so I'm interested in it. And I kind of like Days Gone. To me, Days Gone the game was fine. It was super long. That's why I didn't finish it. It's just super long.
Yeah, it's
it felt way too long.
It's like 3 long acts.
Yeah, I was like, I can't keep doing this. But I like the game, so I'll watch the movie. Not at the theaters, like kind of like Uncharted. I'll watch the movie when it comes out to digital or Netflix or something. I'm not against it. I just found it really surprising. I honestly never thought we'd hear from Days Gone again. And they're like, no, here's the movie. Could be an excellent. Here's the thing.
Days Gone made in the Dreams engine. That's what's gonna happen.
It could be a great like B tier zombie movie. I love zombie.
That's what I was expecting.
So like it could be fantastic.
That's what I would guess it would be.
Yeah.
As we mentioned at the top of the show, apparently reviewers hate Saints Row. Metacritic and OpenCritic for Saints Row, the review cycle that came out, were not great. I haven't checked it since the other day, so I will check it right now.
It's like in the 60s?
Even lower than before.
Is it 63? I think it was in the 70s when the day.
Yeah, 63 keeps going down.
Okay, so I played a couple hours of it, not nearly enough to really register a review. So this is all subject to change, listeners. But here's what I will say: I get it. This game, it feels kind of old, and not in like the best ways.
Kind of old.
Yeah, just the way like
generic.
the way you run around, like like just the way the stuff that you used to be able to do in like open world games, like where you like could just jump off something and kind of land like straight up with no animation of the ground or anything. Every time I change my outfit, or every time the game reloads, I see a generic character pop in, and then like my clothes like snap over top of it. Just kind of, it's just a little unpolished. The wreck animations, a lot of the animations like with physics or in the environment don't seem very fluid or like up to par with what we expect from like AAA games. But
are you playing on PC or are you playing on console?
Series X?
Okay.
But I will say, just in its defense, it does feel kind of like Saints Row though. Like nobody should ever go into a Saints Row game with the expectation of Grand Theft Auto. It was always kind of Grand Theft Auto's like janky cousin. And that's kind of what this feels like. It kind of feels like Grand Theft Auto's janky cousin.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I'm seeing all the reviews. And so I'm like, you guys are reviewing this as if it's Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I was getting that same kind of vibe.
Like
yeah, it is. It feels kind of like Saints Row. Maybe like a tamed Saints Row. It's not. Doesn't feel as edgy as Saints Row did before.
No dildo bat yet.
Yeah, it's a little tame for Saints Row. I will say one thing that there are times, anytime you zoom in or get close to anything, it doesn't look great. But like from afar, when the game is in motion, like when you're driving or action's happening, I kind of dig like this very general like desert kind of orangey glow the game has. I think it's like there are times the game looks good that if like maybe a couple of patches from now they can polish it up a little bit, like it might be there. Like it's not awful. It's not bad. It's not GTA remastered bad. Like when that launched, it's way better than that. So I'm not like hating it. It's okay. I'm running around doing missions, listening to music. Like if you're looking for an open world sandbox, yeah, it delivers. If you're looking for an overworld sandbox with a huge amount of investment and like that, I think honestly, I just think the issue is that if this game had come out in 2012, people would really like it. The problem is that open world games have come a long way since then. And this game doesn't seem to have adopted any of those like advancements.
It's still Saints Row.
Right. So some people may not want to pay $60 for that. I don't seem to be that bothered by it. I kind of like it. It's kind of cartoony, fun, mindless.
The people who aren't critics who I've seen that have played it are enjoying it because they went into it with the expectation of it just being a Saints Row game.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. I don't know if I've never played Saints Row for the story, but so far the story doesn't look as enticing as kind of some of the Saints games did before. I really love Saints Row 2. I really didn't like Saints Row 4. I think a lot of people love Saints Row 4. I didn't. That wasn't my thing. I like Saints Row 2 and 3 the
most. 1 and 2. I like 1 and 2
for you. 2 was my favorite.
The ones that are more like a GTA clone, and when it starts getting wacky and stuff, I'm like, I'm kind of out.
One of the cool things about it, they do have
space aliens and stuff. Yeah,
that boss creator, right? We've been talking about it since they released it early. In the game, you can just go look up other designs and post screenshots. I've got to save up some more money, but I just want to let the world know it's completely possible to just play this game as Travis Touchdown, and that's exactly what the fuck I'm going to plan to do. Like the moment I found it, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Does he have the sword and everything?
No beam katana, but full outfit. Like looks just like him. If you didn't see it on Twitter, you should.
You gotta find.
You can play as Dr. Disrespect. You can play as Cody Rhodes. You can play as Rhea Ripley. You can play as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. You can play as Dante from Devil May Cry. There are a lot of really good custom skins out there already that you can go and they're there right now. So I thought it was pretty legit. I was like, this is okay. And the gameplay is all right. Not bad, not great. You know, it's okay. Gun mechanics.
2012's gameplay.
It's really just kind of the movement mechanics that really feel like when you jump and stuff. It's kind of like, I guess the best way I could, it's almost like Fortnite-y. Like kind of like a shoot, run, jump kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of Fortnite-y, kind of arcadey. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So, you know, it's not awful. I get it, though. I get why people would give it scores the way they did. Honestly, in all honesty, I don't think like a 6 is out of the, like in today's, I guess with today's palette of stuff that you can choose from, a 6 maybe feels about right, especially with the bugs that have been reported.
Seems
even
fair.
some of the smaller issues that I've seen. Yeah, but if they can polish it up and stuff, you know, like it might be kind of it's average game.
It's funny. It looks like this is one of the few games that came out on PC and just performs way better than the console. Or this generation has been like the opposite.
I thought I had something else I wanted to say, and I just completely forgot my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna remember it. I had something else, some other point I wanted to make about Saints Row, and it just it's gone. Yeah. So anyway, I look forward to playing a little bit more. I have no idea, you know, like with Saints games, it's more about the kind of the mindlessness. When I listen to music, listen to podcasts or something, kind of do that kind of stuff. That's more my thing. Oh, now I remember. So I'm playing in 4K. I set up when you start the game, they walk you through all of your settings. After I got into the game and I looked in the visual settings, like HDR is set off initially. So I turned that on, and then I needed to redo all of those settings again. So if you're going to go turn HDR on, redo all of your brightness, like walk through all that again, because it made it really, the shadow areas of the game were super dark and I couldn't see like stuff like actual like people or icons that are in there. Like I remember I was driving on the road and just ran into like a street barrier. Apparently there was like a sidewalk. I couldn't even see it. Just completely just was going straight, went into a shady area and just mowed through a whole group of people. What the fuck? I couldn't even see this. So I had to redo all that, but turn motion blur off it's bad. Motion blur in this game is not.
Motion blur a thing? That should be off by default.
It's heavy in this game. Heavy. Every time the character moves, you get that like motion blur halo around the silhouette.
Oh god, I hate.
Yeah, it's a lot. Turn it off. That helps a lot. Delvin, anything else to say about Saints?
No, it's Midtactular.
Yeah, I think
that's the best way to describe it.
I love it. That's
Midtactular.
That's the episode.
That's your catchphrase from now on.
Midtactular. That's really good.
Yeah.
Delvin, I hate to report this to you. Wanted Dead has been delayed to February 14th, 2023. I am both saddened by this news because this is another Midtactular game that I was really looking forward to playing. But I have never looked forward to Valentine's Day more in my entire life. I don't know what I'm going to have to do
by that day, so.
But I'm going to have to do
Lollipop
something.
Chainsaw coming on Valentine's Day?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I really want to play this game. This looks janky as shit.
It looks fun.
It looks like honestly, it looks like Lollipop Chainsaw meets Devil's Third. It's kind of what this game looks like. It's basically like No More Heroes. That's basically what it kind of is. Like Japan anime No More Heroes, and I want to play.
Hashtag Donnie game.
It looks fucking awesome. I was talking to Sean about this a little bit earlier, so I'm glad he's here in the chat. PGA 2K23 was officially dated for October 14th. We got some details on the game, including the roster, which will feature Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, Colin Morikawa, Will Zalatoris, Lexi Thompson, Lydia Ko, and Brooke Henderson. So before I read the next part, don't even say it, Delvin. What do you guys think about those people that are in the game?
Who the fuck are those people?
That is why, ladies and gentlemen, you can also play the game as Michael Jordan if you pre-order.
Fuck yeah.
And the reason that Michael Jordan is here, he is big into golf. Don't get me wrong. So I know there are golf fans that think that's cool, but there are sons of people that were like, I can't believe you're putting Michael Jordan in. I'm like, I know why they're putting Michael Jordan in. Because nobody knows who the fuck else is in that game but Tiger Woods.
Exactly.
I know who Tony Finau
You might
and Will
as well.
Zalatoris is, but most people do not know who Will Zalatoris is.
Look, if you're going to put Jordan in the game, you might as well just add this as a mode to NBA 2K and call it a day.
Kinda.
Nah. Can you gamble as Jordan in the game? Can I place bets?
Can I pull Bill Murray in as a caddy? Just cause.
So I will let listeners know I did reach out and ask for a review copy just as I did last time. I talked to the same people I did before. They said they'll put me on the list. That doesn't mean I'm going to get it. We are a very small outlet, so I have no idea. I think they like me. They remember me. I think they like my review that I did of the first game. I will tell you that Sean asked me. He told me he was pretty pumped for it. I'm a little bit more reserved. I think I'm a little concerned about 2K23. Not like, I don't want to mean like, I don't want to give off like, the sky is falling vibes. Like, I don't want to take any of that away from anybody else. I kind of feel like it's going to be a lot of the same. And I think the big thing is that they've got Tiger, and that's a big thing. But like, to be honest with you personally, just for me, I don't want to play as Tiger. I don't care. I don't want to play as Tiger Woods. I'm going to play as the golfer that I create and build him up. That's the fun part of the game. I have concerns for PGA 2K23 on content. I've been saying about this as the marketing lead up for this game. They don't have the courses that I think a PGA Tour game should have. They don't have the roster that a PGA Tour game. So what are they doing? They're throwing a shit ton of flair at you. We got Michael Jordan. We got Topgolf. Like, they're doing what they can. I don't think
PGA 2K23 Tiger Woods versus Jordan. That's good.
Yeah. I think the thing is, the thing that's hurting them is twofold. EA got all the majors and the Masters, so all that content's gone, and the Live Golf Tour has taken so many players in the world that it's taken a lot of the name appeal. Like, a lot of people really wanted a full tour, like, season where you could play against the other golfers. That's going to hurt when Cam Smith isn't there and Dustin Johnson's not there and Phil Mickelson's not there, because they're all playing on the Live Tour. Justin Rose isn't there. A lot of these players have left. So I just, on the content front, I'm a little concerned. Now, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm playing this damn game. Whether I get a review code or not, I'll be there day one. You know why? Because HB Studios, that makes the golf club that got turned into PGA Tour 2K23, is the best damn golf game that's been made in 15 years. Like, their gameplay is stellar. And they also have the course editor. So, like, the community will fill in the gaps.
We'll make all they'll make all the courses.
It'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
PGA
It's just
2K23 featuring Keith Diamond.
It's all the new stuff. Exactly. I'll be Keith Diamond. It's all the new stuff, like all the kind of bells and whistles. I kind of look at it. I see it. And I'm like, it's kind of like smoke and mirrors. It's kind of tactics. They're like, hey, it's flashy. You've got Michael. It's cool, right? Like, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
So weird.
I'm expecting, if I had to make a prediction, I'm expecting like a lot of reviewers to be like, it's kind of the same game. That's kind of my expectation.
Yeah. I would lean into the celebrities. Add Charles Barkley. Add fucking Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Well, did you watch the trailers that they released?
I didn't see the trailer.
The trailer, they had the Miz in it. They had what's his name? Chris Douglas. Who's the guy from Happy Gilmore? Shooter McGavin. The actor's name? Shooter McGavin. Yeah. It's Shooter McGavin. They had a bunch of celebrities in the trailer. They didn't even really talk about the game. They were just like celebrity. Yeah. I don't think you're wrong. And the big thing that they are really focusing on is sponsors and like vendors, right? They're having Nike apparel. They're having Titleist, Callaway. Like, that's a big part of their thing too, is they're like, hey, we've got all this stuff you can dress your golfer up with. So
they just need to smash the two games together and call it a day.
I remember I said that when the EA game was announced. I was like, I don't think we have enough room for two golf games. And now that the Live Tours happen, like, it's hurting both. You remember, what did I say the last time we saw? We've got two competing games that are competing with the same content.
Yeah.
Which was what we should have is the live game, the live golf game, and the PGA game. That's what we should have. We should have the AEW and the WWE. But instead, what we have is half of the PGA Tour, two halves competing against each other. And it's like, yeah, but you'd be better if you just put it all together. You'd be more whole. That's the thing.
You need to strike a deal.
So I'm really interested in what EA has. I want to know more because they've got the content. See, that's the thing. I hate that they've got the content you want. They got the US Open, they got the Masters, they got the PGA, they got all the majors, they got all the history and the legacy of golf. But they don't have Tiger. We don't know if they have anybody, and we don't know if their game is any good. And meanwhile, 2K, their game is excellent. They've got Tiger, they don't have anything else. They've got
crying shame.
Will Zalatoris. So we'll see.
Dude sounds
we'll
like
see.
a plumber.
We'll see. I'm excited. I'm yeah.
You'll be fixing motherfucking pipes.
I'd be way more excited if they were like Travis touchdowns and PGA. I'd be like, now let's fucking go. Right. And they should do the same throw thing, you know? And I actually agree with you. They should have Michael, they should have Steph, like all the golfers, Charles Barkley. Yeah. Like there are a lot of professional athletes that are super into golf. Put them in the game.
Just put them in the game.
Yeah,
add a cool ass story mode.
Put Shaq in that bitch. Yeah, like you'll attract more people that way.
Yeah.
Who needs the PGA?
Make it the celebrity golf
Just get the celebrities.
Yeah, just outlaw golf. Holy moly, the game.
Yeah.
Rob Riggle. Oh my God. I'd be so excited if they put Rob Riggle in the game. Snoop Dogg. Put Snoop in the game.
Yeah.
The Devil in Me launches November 18th. I put that in here for you, Delvin.
Looks great.
I'm never playing.
It looks better than
You say that every one of these games has come out. You've said that exact statement every time. I told you the last time was it. I'm done.
I will say this.
I wouldn't play that game if you bought it for me.
I might just do that.
It's not a lie. I would Delvin Jr.
He would install it just to delete it for you.
I would Delvin Jr. the shit out of it if he bought me a copy of the game. That's what I would do. I'm over. I'm done. They lost me. They lost me forever. My walls are up. I'm not. They've hurt me too many times.
Corey got you. That's the one that broke you.
Too many times. One too many times. And then the last quick hitter that we got is the Game Awards are back Thursday, December 8th.
December 8th. I'm excited.
It's
we should watch that live. Just cause.
For the last 3 years, the Game Awards have been the biggest news event in games, right?
So we're gonna live react to it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
PSVG live. Yeah, we gotta do it, right?
Yeah, we gotta do it.
It's December 8th. Yeah, that's a Thursday. Yeah, I'm down with that.
So we'll have a Thursday show instead of a Wednesday show.
Maybe take Friday off or something. Buy or sell a listing on the Taiwan Kuji. Oh, this is Sonic Frontiers. Never mind. This is just old. Jeff Grubb tweets. Oh yeah, so this one's for you, Dev. Jeff Grubb tweeted that there's a book. He retweeted. There's a book coming from Star Wars that's set between Jedi Fallen Order and the sequel, Survivor or Jedi Survivor, whatever they're going to call it, something Survivor. And that book drops in March. He then commented on that tweet.
Actually has a name.
He then commented on that tweet. So does the sequel. So apparently, your next sequel for the Jedi Fallen Star Wars game is out in March.
That's cool.
I'm excited for that. I hope it comes.
You buying it?
They say it does.
I'm selling it. I expect every game gets a delay. This game hasn't been dated yet, so I'll take the field. You're taking Jeff Grubb versus the field. I'm taking the field.
I'm gonna buy it.
The book is called Battle Scars.
Nobody cares.
That name.
Not at all.
Fuck you. I care. I'm going to read the hell out that book. And then I'm going to come on this show and I'm going to give a review. And you're going to have to listen to it the same way I have to listen to all of your golf.
Hey, you got to admit, I keep golf entertaining.
Yeah, kind of do. It was entertaining to me. Shit, talking about Jordan, betting.
But is that golf? That's not golf. That's just golf. Celebrities.
I'm surprised they didn't put Steph in it. Steph's been a big deal in golf for a while.
Really? Didn't know that.
And Bill Murray. Do that too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let me get Bill Murray as a caddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We didn't get over-unders from Rude Days.
That makes me sad.
That does make me sad. I love the over-unders.
I do too.
He's failing us.
But it was a long show. Maybe he just knew it was going to be a long show anyway.
Possibly.
He's wise beyond his years.
That he is.
So, an hour and 37 minutes later, that's the news.
All right. Well, let's get into these questions. We're going to start with this one that's actually been sitting at the bottom. It says, next week, Shogunate. What's your favorite 5 games of the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s?
I completely forgot to prepare for
What
this.
now?
I wrote it down to prepare for it. I completely forgot.
Shogunate. Whoever that is, somebody in
Shogunate.
our community. I can't read that.
I'm not going to be able to do this very well off the top of my head. All right, 90s.
90s.
My
90s,
five favorite games from the 90s are Ocarina of Time, Clock Tower, WCW, NWO World Tour.
Yeah.
The last 2 are going to be really, really tough because there's so many good games.
Yeah, the 90s was a great time for games.
I know I'm going to miss one. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss one before I say something. Like, there's a bunch of games I could say, but I'm trying to make sure I don't forget one. I'll go Metal Gear Solid and GoldenEye.
Damn it, you got one of the ones I wanted.
I mean, you can have the same ones too.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
I'm gonna go next then.
98.
I thought it was earlier than that.
Resident Evil 2, Super Mario 3.
I completely forgot about Resident Evil.
Link to the Past. Let's see now.
Yeah,
WCW versus NWO World Tour. And NBA Jam for the 90s.
Nice.
Good call.
Nice.
I'm going to go with Super Metroid, Link to the Past, because those were just two of my top 5 games of all time, period.
I should have said
could
Super
not
Mario
have them
3.
on there. Damn it. Metal Gear Solid definitely is going on that list. Street Fighter 2.
I forgot a big one.
Man.
I forgot a huge one.
Oh.
We all did.
Streets of Rage.
Good call.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I always think of that as like an 80s game.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I just, in my head, I always, because whenever I think arcade, I think 80s. Anything that was on an arcade cabinet came out in the 80s in my head. Just because it was all before me. It's like, it was just the 80s.
Yeah. I get it.
I don't know that Streets of Rage was ever in the arcade, though.
Yeah, so John32 says no Super Mario World. Honestly, the Mario ones were hard for me. I was thinking Mario 64, Mario World, Mario 3, and I couldn't decide which one. Obviously, I'd pick all 3. So I don't know. I
only want to pick one Mario game. Mario 3 is my favorite of all time.
Mario 3 is the best, and Mario 3 should be on my list. I just don't know what I would take off of it. It's just
Mario
really
3.
hard. It's a great era of video games.
The game I forgot was Final Fantasy 7.
Majora's Mask should not be on that list, Kyle. That's the problem. Definitely not Majora's Mask.
I may have to take off Street Fighter and put on Final Fantasy 7. Damn. Yeah, the 90s is impossible.
It's so hard.
Impossible. You can't do 5. You cannot do 5.
Yeah. And I didn't write them down beforehand. If I'd written them down, I could have thought about it in a minute and come up with, sorry, Shogunate, I completely forgot.
All right, so the 2000s.
Gears of War.
Is Gears of War in the 2000s?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Skyrim, but Skyrim wasn't 2010? 11. No, it was 11. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
No, so that doesn't count.
NFL 2K3.
That's a good one. That is a solid one.
No.
I have to look up some lists or something.
SSX tricky.
Okay, hang on. I'm starting to do this.
I
Gears of War.
I gotta check something.
Vice City. Rock
Vice
Band.
City is a good one. Vice City is a really good one.
I got 3. Gears of War, Vice City, Rock Band.
People are gonna be
Call
real
of
mad 'cause
Duty
we're not gonna put
Modern
Halo on
Warfare.
there.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Excellent video game. And I say I'm looking at all these lists, but I don't love all these games, so they're good games. They're just not games that I love. Come on, Donnie.
NBA Street Volume 2.
That's a good one. It's not a bad pick.
Your Fables.
Fable. Oh, that's a
Left
really
4
good one.
Dead,
What year did Fable 3 come out?
Arkham Asylum.
10. That's the problem. I think I've picked 8 games that came out in 2010. Apparently 2010 was a dope year for games. No idea.
Uncharted 2.
I don't like Uncharted 2 as much as most people.
Left 4 Dead. I know you. That's one of your.
Do like
games.
I'm thinking about that one. I'm honestly trying to think. In my head, I'm trying to think Nintendo. I'm like, what? Wind Waker. God damn it! Thank you, Wind Waker.
Ugh.
That's it. Gears of War, Vice City, Rock Band, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Wind Waker. I can stand by those 5. I feel good with those. Pretty good.
I can already tell you, Delvin is picking Mass Effect.
What the hell?
What just happened?
I don't know
what just happened here. So my 5, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out 5. As much as I love Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, it holds the candle for me. I love Vice City, but Grand Theft Auto 3 is like my game. So Grand Theft Auto 3, NBA 2K, or not NBA 2K, NBA Street Volume 2. Definitely probably Uncharted 2 because I love that game.
I forgot to put No More Heroes on it. I honestly don't even know if No More Heroes would crack this top 5. Maybe over Call of Duty. It's like I love it more than Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is a better game.
But it's about what you love. It's your favorite. Your favorite. Not about what's a better game, but your
I know.
favorite.
You know how my brain works. All right. No More Heroes
Yeah,
instead of Call of Duty.
Let's see. I need 2 more games.
I like games, but it's just tough off the top of your head.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I loved that game.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, Max Payne 3. There we go.
I had Max Payne on my short list. I was thinking Max Payne, but I knew there was a Zelda game. That's a good call.
We don't care about Halo. I'm just going to let you guys know none of us
don't
care about Halo.
Not in the least bit.
Not at all.
We don't. What's a Halo?
Why?
This isn't the podcast you're looking for.
No.
I told you and John, you're gonna hate to hear it if you've never heard me say it before. I've said it many times. I think Halo is somewhat overrated. And I definitely think the Coalition has outperformed Halo for a long time. I've always thought Gears was better. Sorry, not sorry.
I got mine.
All right, we'll drop them.
Okay, I got Resident Evil 4, Metal Gear Solid 4, Mass Effect, God of War 2, and Gears of War.
God of War. I didn't think of that. Good one. That's a really good call.
All right, moving to the 2010s. Donnie, just go ahead and say the last of this and call it a day.
Yeah, I already have mine for this. Fable 3, Skyrim, The Last of Us, Ori Will of the Wisp, and God of War.
This is tough because it goes all the way to 2020.
Yep.
Yeah. BioShock Infinite. Absolutely. I love that game. So that's definitely gonna have to go on there.
I hate that Uncharted 4 is not on my list, but it doesn't crack. It's so hard because I played Uncharted 4 so much later and different than when Skyrim came out. I was all about Skyrim. Like, it was my life for like a year.
Let's see. When did Watch Dogs 2 come out?
That counts.
Yeah.
It was like 2014, 15.
Yeah, something like that. So Watch Dogs 2 for sure. Titanfall 2.
Ooh, good call. Did I tell you that shit did not run for me on PC? It was a mess.
Really? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But did you have the Game Pass version?
No, I own it on Steam, and like trying to make it work with my controller was a disaster. I'm sure I could dial it in somewhat, but it's so sensitive. The controls are going everywhere. And the menus weren't working with my controller. Like it was weird. I had to like navigate some of the menus with my mouse, but then some of the stuff with the controller, it wasn't working. And I was like, well, this obviously isn't meant to be played like this.
Interesting.
I'll play it on console.
Oh, you didn't say Breath of the Wild, Daddy. Interesting.
Oh God. Okay, never mind. Skyrim's off. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, definitely. Thanks, whoever said that. Definitely. Fable 3, Breath of the Wild, The Last of Us, Ori, Will of the Wisps, and God of War.
I think I might have to throw Horizon Zero Dawn on my list. Yeah.
Fair. I think that's very fair. Who said that? Kyle? Kyle, thank you for the reminder. I honestly completely slipped my mind.
Yeah, I got mine then.
Go for it.
The Last of Us, of course. God of War remake. Spider-Man PS4. Telltale Walking Dead and Arkham City.
Good list. Those are all solid games.
Yeah.
I'm interested to... Do you really like Spider-Man
Destiny,
that much?
For sure. Destiny's on my list.
I like it a lot.
God.
I really do.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I want to be clear. It's a great game. I liked it a lot too. I just wonder, like, with some time, if Spider-Man will be remembered like that. You know, like an Arkham City, like a Telltale. Like if it hits that, does it hit that way for a lot of people?
I think to me it does.
Okay.
It's one of the few games I like actually wanted to actively platinum, and I did. Like, all right, I'm platinum this.
Cool.
Same here. It was great.
To me, it's just kind of like a, just an action game. It's another action game. Like, I don't have that same like love affair for Spider-Man as like God of War or Uncharted, or Skyrim. It doesn't, it doesn't hit that level for me, I guess.
Donnie hates comics.
Another one they're not making my list is Doom. I would love to put Doom on this list, but it doesn't crack these 5. These 5 are better than Doom.
When did Ghost of Tsushima come out? Did that come out in 2020?
Yeah.
Son of a...
I think it's 2020.
And most people, by the way, I'll openly admit this, most Fable fans hated 3. And I love Fable. 3 is my favorite Fable. I'm the same way with Uncharted. You guys know that. I like the Uncharted, like the newest Uncharted, like Uncharted 4 is my favorite. And it goes down the list in that order. Like 3 and then 2 and then 1. The same way with Fable.
Painstakingly.
I don't know if
you're welcome.
I don't know if it made the best the podcast content. Listening us here and look up years and sound old. And I wish I would have remembered to do that beforehand. Like Haley says, greatly dislike Fable 3. Yeah, most people do. Most people hated Fable 3. It had this weird in-game element that I loved. I thought it was great. I loved Fable 3. Absolutely. Would love a remake of Fable 3.
Good. You should look at things people hate. So much better that way. All right. First question comes in from Brian. He says, do you think Nintendo should also support PC by putting some of their first-party games on Steam like PlayStation and Xbox does? Do you think Nintendo risks losing customers by remaining on hardware-locked ecosystems?
Seems to be working out well for them pretty well. Like right now, it seems to be going. Yeah, it seems to be going well for them. I have long said that Nintendo Switch Online should be on PC. I do think there's a little room there for them to kind of have their cake and eat it too. If I ran Nintendo, I don't know if Sean's still here or not, but I hope he is. If I ran Nintendo, I would take the Nintendo Switch Online subscription and I would put that shit on phones and tablets and on Android and Apple and PC. I would blow that up. Because I don't think Nintendo Switch Online is something that people buy consoles for. I don't think you risk your console business by letting people play Ocarina of Time and Mario 3 on their phone or their PC. I put it on other consoles too if it were me. I put this shit on PlayStation. I would want as many people giving me $20 a year for that shit as possible. Because to me, I look at that as free money. Because people will totally pay just to play them. like people that already have the ROMs
So
will
yeah,
still
not have
pay.
to emulate them.
Yeah, but the people that are already emulating would still pay just to play them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's free money. That's money you're not getting, that they're already playing the same content that you could just get money from. That's just free money.
But it's not the Japanese or Nintendo way. So
it's definitely not.
Never happen.
No.
It's definitely not. 100%.
Yeah. So do they risk losing customers? No.
Nah.
Not at all.
Now, no, hang on. I want to, to in the spirit of the question, if they put Breath of the Wild 2 on PC with it, yeah, they would. People buy Nintendo hardware for Nintendo exclusives. That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
No. The question was, do you think Nintendo risks losing customers by remaining on locked ecosystems?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Then definitely no. Because that's the reason why people buy Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason. At this point, it's really the only reason. Like, they have a cool form factor right now, but without those games, the form factor doesn't mean anything. They weren't, as I always bring up to people, they weren't the first people to come up with that form factor. I had a Shield. The reason Nintendo sold 100 million and Shield only sold 10, Nintendo games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, the Shield came out years before the Switch did.
Moving right along, Todd Osher says, do you think any game will even be close to Elden Ring for Game of the Year?
Todd, the question is, will any game come close to Cult of the Lamb? It is Cult of the Lamb and everybody else for me right now, and it's not close.
PSVG's Game of the Year, Cult of the Lamb.
I'm so happy that Cult of the Lamb came, so I can say it with my chest. Because before, I'm not going to lie to you, before, I haven't even played Elden Ring, and I was like, yeah, it's Elden Ring. It's the game of the year. And in a lot of ways, it still is. It's the story of the year. It was huge and gigantic. But now that Cult of the Lamb has come out, nah, son. Cult of the Lamb's where it's at. You people need to recognize.
I think it'll get like RPG of the year or some shit like that. Yeah. I think Game of the Year is going to be like God of War and shit like that.
Really? I know. Honestly, if I had to make a bet, I would bet on Elden Ring to win
I'm
Game
still
of the Year.
betting on Elden Ring.
I had to bet
at the Game Awards. When we're here, okay, so look, we can do some kind of bet. When we stream the show live reaction, when Elden Ring wins Game of the Year, what are we gonna have Delvin do? We're gonna make him play Elden Ring.
He is already playing Elden Ring. How's it
Make
coming?
Him finish it. He can't play anything else.
How's it coming, man?
I'd shoot myself.
Delvin Jr.'s already traded that shit in
podcast
2 months ago.
that game.
What they should do is they should put Lamb in Elden Ring.
I mean, you can do that on PC, I'm sure.
Yeah. Cult of the Lamb is
Make it a much better game.
I hope God of War, to be honest with you, I hope God of War is so amazing that it's right there. God of War comes out with November 15th, 18th, something like that.
Yes.
Dude, the Game Awards are 2 weeks later. We see this every year. Games that come out that close, they usually don't even get nominated because usually the nominations are done before them.
Yep.
And I would hate to see that happen to God of War because we all expect it to be that good. Like, I expect it to be that good.
Problem is, Elden Ring. Just gonna wait.
Haley says November 9th. Okay, so maybe it's got a couple weeks. Maybe they can get in.
Still.
Because reviewers will have played it like October 20th. Reviewers will have it. So they'll get a little early. And if PlayStation was smart, they would get it out as early as possible.
And also, the Game Awards sometimes has that one game that surprises everybody. So Cult of the Lamb definitely has a chance.
Cult of the Lamb
has a chance for sure.
No, not Game of the Year. It'll be Indie of the Year. It won't be. It may not even be Indie of the Year because you've got Neon White and other things like. It may not even be Indie of the Year. It'll be nominated for Indie of the Year. It won't be in the Game of the Year list.
Look, if Telltale's Walking Dead can win Game of the Year,
that was 10 years ago. We see how the game industry treats indie games. How the Game Award, I wouldn't say the industry, how the Game Award treats indie games. They get over there in their little corner. We know exactly. We've seen this play out a billion times before. We know what's going to be on the Game of the Year list. It's going to be Horizon and Elden Ring and God of War. Like, we know what's going to be on the list. It's not going to be Cult of the Lamb. And for that, they should be ridiculed. Just like when they left Ori off. They should be ridiculed for not being in tune with the people.
They were ridiculed for Ori? Is that
no, they should have been. Because Ori the Will of the Wisp was fucking amazing. It is amazing. It's incredible.
It's pretty. It's
one of the perfect video games.
Oof, perfect?
Yeah, perfect. Nah. You haven't played it?
I played it.
No.
I have played it.
But you didn't want to play it, so it doesn't count. They'll put Destiny in there before they put Cult of Lamb.
As they should.
Okay.
Now that's depressing.
There's a game Delvin doesn't like. We found one. We finally found one.
Well, there's plenty.
Okay. Yarden says, way off topic, but I recently fell down a YouTube rabbit hole of Michael Jackson live videos. Love him or hate him, I think he may have been the last mega superstar.
Definitely not.
Dude just stood silently on stage and watched people cry and pass out.
He is the biggest.
Do you think any
superstar.
Recent musician compares?
I agree with that. He is one of the biggest mega superstars in music. That's for sure.
He's probably the biggest mega superstar.
Yeah,
in music
like up there, the biggest names you could ever think of. The Beatles and shit like that. Like Michael Jackson is in rare air, but was he the last one?
No. Billie Eilish.
There are YouTube celebrities that make people pass out.
Beyonce.
People you don't even know. Yeah, Beyonce's
Nicki
huge.
Minaj.
Yeah, Eminem's huge.
Like Nicki Minaj on Twitter. See what happens.
Yeah,
people will hunt you down and dox you. Like there are certain people on Twitter that you just don't fuck with.
Yeah.
Kanye
but
West.
If Michael Jackson was around in the time of this, it'd be the same thing. Or if Twitter was around at the time, it'd be the same thing.
Same thing. But they are still mega stars
Goddamn
out there.
keyboard warriors.
Maybe a lot of his dance moves and shit that made Michael extremely popular when he was coming up, are just commonplace today. He's made super popular because he's one of the first people that put that on the main stage.
Yeah, but he was the one who started it.
Yeah, so I don't know if that actually works today. Like, if you just take Michael Jackson out of the '80s, you put him now, he actually might kind of fade into the background. Maybe be like a lot of
Twitter. If Twitter and stuff was around when he was,
I got you.
Yeah,
everybody's still trying to emulate Mike though. That's the funny thing.
If he was still around today,
true,
and he was active on Twitter because he was around for Twitter, he just wasn't active on Twitter.
Right.
It's a difference. Like Jay-Z. Jay-Z puts out one tweet a damn year, and everybody goes crazy over that one damn tweet.
So ridiculous.
She says something like, "Hi, I like Kendrick Lamar's music." Oh, Jay-Z tweeted. He put out a fucking tweet.
Ridiculous.
But that's what it is. That's what the mega stars can do.
Also, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please.
No, you go ahead.
I just wanted to point out the music industry is an incredibly different place now.
Way different.
It's not even comparably, the same. They don't make the same amount of money. They're not marketed the same way. They're not the center of entertainment that they used to be. Music is just something we all. Music is just something we all have unlimited access to these days. It's not like back then. Music sold fashion. Music sold CDs. Music sold advertising. Music was the radio. It was commercials. Music was a gigantic pop culture driver.
MTV actually played music and videos.
Entire channels dedicated to just music because you couldn't just consume it like you can now. So now you can have a giant celebrity just drop an album out of the blue and it doesn't matter because it just goes into the sea of everything.
The biggest artist today, music is like their side hustle. Like Beyonce has 1,001 things she does, and she also does music. Rihanna does perfumes, lingerie, everything else. Oh, it's once in a while she do music. It's Kanye West.
No, Rihanna doesn't do music anymore. She's done with it.
She's done it in a while.
Clearly.
And Beyonce's huge. We also have we have Taylor Swift. Gigantic. Britney Spears was huge for a while until she went bad shit crazy.
Yeah,
I think she's just as huge.
She might still be
bad shit crazy. And
Lady Gaga,
huge. Oh, Gaga, yeah. For sure.
Billie Eilish, like I said, Billie Eilish.
Is Billie Eilish that huge yet?
That Billie Eilish thing.
I should.
Is Billie Eilish like Britney Taylor Swift huge?
I think she's.
I legitimately ask. I don't know.
I want to say, yeah, but in a different way.
What is that? What is that shit Han Solo was frozen in?
Carbonite.
That was my music taste. My music taste is frozen like 3 decades ago, so I have no.
So is mine.
I have no clue what the kids are doing.
Is Christina Aguilera?
I don't care what the kids are doing.
Dude, legit. Here's a funny thing. I was on TikTok the other day. There's a huge trend, this teenage dirtbag thing on TikTok. I see a TikTok of this girl, and I don't want to be mean. There's this woman showed up. She's like, this is what I used to look like. And I'm watching this woman. I'm like, oh, look at this makeup. Like this kind of has that Paris Hilton kind of, vibe. I want to be derogatory, but you know what I'm saying, right? The heavy makeup and the line and all that. I was like, wow, this girl's was rough. And then it was Christina Aguilera. I didn't even know. She showed pictures of her back. I was, oh shit. Is that what she looks like now?
Oh shit.
My wife was like, who did you think that was? I didn't know. I saw her face and I did not go, oh, that's Christina Aguilera.
That's bad, Donnie. Like she's still like actively on TV. Isn't she like on The Voice or some shit like that?
I'm telling you, you know, not everybody ages as well as others. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, she looks very different from when she was coming up in the
and it has
dirty
that
era.
Tara Reid thing going. It looks different now.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I showed you pictures of her now with pictures of her in like 2000, they don't look the same. Like these are different people. Maybe like her cousin or something, but they do not look the same.
Now I gotta look this up.
Look it up.
Yeah, she looks very different.
Blew my mind. I was just dying laughing. Oh shit. Apparently, if I walked by Christina Aguilera, I wouldn't even know.
Wow. She does look different.
Yeah. Haley wants to know who's excited for Zombie Slayer Lenny Kravitz.
I am. Yeah, that's my time.
Guy looks cool.
I definitely coined him Lenny Kravitz. He looked just like him, didn't he? I was like, fuck if that's not Lenny Kravitz.
I said I gotta go.
Talk about somebody who ages well.
Get away.
He does.
Yeah. Kravitz looks great.
I was talking about him the other day.
Like no crack, baby.
Yeah, but even black folks. I mean, Lenny Kravitz looks great.
Yeah, he does.
we all wish we do. Yeah, he's got that Paul Rudd effect. Right? He just never ages. Like, what the hell's going on over there?
Yeah. Garrett Bland wants to know toilet paper over or under. What the hell were y'all talking about? I was like,
well, Donnie, you have to explain this because you're like,
I was like, over. I'm thinking over under like Rude Days, and I'm very confused. Like,
no. Will you put it to where when you pull the paper? Do you pull it over or under the roll?
Oh, however the roll goes on. I'm not paying attention to that at all. It does.
Oh wow, I think that's worse. Oh. I think most people are like, damn, I don't even care.
I don't care. We use baby wipes.
People care. Wall. Do people care?
We use baby wipes. I don't even want to use this. Well, I don't want to use wadded up paper. I don't use paper towel.
I'm going to show a picture.
Baby wipes.
And I'm scared too because my wife was like, "Do not show a picture of our toilet paper on." I'm going to do it. Put a picture.
I think you have the same thing I have. I think. I'm assuming.
So I got asked this question on Shaq.
Dev is the voice of reason.
And
that's a goddamn lie.
Oh, another agreed. I'm with Dev. Look at that.
I got asked this question on Shaq, and I answered, and people were like,
wipes
"What?"
For the win.
Because my answer is neither. It's not. My answer is neither over or under. So let me show you what mine looks like.
Is it one of those like things that just stands up, and your toilet paper is just like standing up? Like,
that's what I have. That's what I have.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's vertical.
I've seen that.
But doesn't the over under thing still apply to that?
No.
Not really, because it's like left
or right.
It's left or right. It's not over or under.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's horizontal.
Because isn't the whole concept is if it's over, people think the paper is going to touch the wall?
You apparently know way more about this trend than I do. Please.
How close is your toilet paper to the wall to touch it? What the hell?
Please elaborate.
Because the way the dispenser goes out, if it's under, it's close to the wall, so there's a chance that it can touch the wall and contaminate the wall and shit like that. That's what people triple.
Wait, contaminate the wall like you're gonna wipe your ass and put the toilet paper back on the wall?
Yeah, like why are you contaminating with toilet paper? Is not contaminated
because the wall has dust on it, and the toilet paper is touching the wall, and you're wiping your ass with dust from the.
If that's the case, all the dust in the world is already on the toilet paper. So what difference does it make? Right now, you're covered in dead skin. What difference does it make?
People care.
I don't have like this problem because I have the little
baby
toilet
wipes.
roll dispenser. Hold all the toilet paper in one thing and just it's not on anything.
I also have a bidet. That might be there.
There you go.
Yeah, better. I'm not rich like that. I don't have
rich. It was $20. Anybody can have a bidet. Like $20 in 10 minutes of your time.
That's a super soaker. That's not a bidet.
It is a bidet. It's awesome.
That's a super soaker you attach to your to your toilet.
That's funny. You guys have put me in much better mood. I'm so happy that I love podcasting with you guys. The last 48 hours of my life at work sucked, and here I am laughing, having a good time with you.
Oh man,
so, I'm glad. Man.
I'm very grateful.
We're getting through all these questions because why the hell not? John says he missed all of the Gamescom announcements. In your opinion, what game announcement trailers would be worth checking out so far?
Well, it'd be helpful if I didn't delete all the notes and had all the games on it.
All the ones we mentioned earlier, John.
Yep.
If you just scroll back about 60 minutes.
Rewind it. Just rewind the tape. Rewind the tape.
We're not going through that goddamn list again.
What was the Ghost of Tsushima game?
Win something.
When Winds Meet?
When Winds Meet. Something like that, yeah.
Watch Where Winds Meet.
There we go.
That was my highlight of the game. I like Lords of the Fallen.
Dead Island.
Under the Waves.
The
Dead
Lords
Island.
of the Fallen.
The Lords of the Fallen. Under the Waves. Dead Island.
Deliver Us Mars is one I liked a lot.
Don't listen to Delvin. Just ignore his input.
Oh, here. Tesla Grad 2.
Tesla
Grad 2 looks great.
Who?
Tesla Grad 2. Google it. Have you ever played the
I know what it is. Just what?
We didn't mention.
It looks good.
I don't think Devin even knows, but maybe he'll surprise me. Do you guys see the Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
I did.
Oh, I saw that.
I love the movie, but it's another multiplayer. Like they were like, here's the. I was
that's why I didn't care.
It's another reskin of this horror trope that we've been doing for. It's like I'm so tired of this.
Nope.
We had the Texas Chainsaw version, we had the Evil Dead version, we had the Killer Clowns version. It's like, oh my god, stop!
No, thank you.
Making it real game.
A single player game. Yeah, why not this?
This industry is going to cave in on itself. More people like, are we just like super minority? We've got to be. The industry continues to make multiplayer service games while we and all of our friends keep asking for single. Like we've just got to be the smallest amount of ratio.
Apparently. I mean, we don't play with each other. All the other people, they all have like game nights. We don't do that. So we must be the minority.
These damn kids are ruining video games.
If there's one thing I know about,
I'm blaming on the kids. Delvin Jr., damn it. If you don't get out, it's the kids.
Yeah.
Kids are ruining video games.
I agree.
100%.
The people that make video games are us. Why aren't us making games for us?
Because EA told us we had to stop.
Oh.
It's EA's fault.
I need Microsoft to buy EA.
We were messing with Delvin Jr. the whole episode, Haley.
We need to fix this shit.
Like the whole episode has been about him. Apparently he's gonna rob me. Still all my
shit. What do you mean? He's already robbed you.
Have you seen Elden Ring lately? Elden Ring was one of those GameStop games that you could trade it in like within 60 days to get $48 back. I'm sure that game's gone.
Gone.
Delvin Jr. no swiper. Just gone. Cook. Delvin's would be like, "You had my Elden Ring?" He's like, "You had Elden Ring?" He's like, "I played it." He's like, "Are you sure?"
Did you really?
Delvin be showing him game logs like Madden. He'd be like, "Look, it says I played it for 43 minutes."
Should I want the game trial?
Yeah, Delvin be like, "That's just digital. It could be anything."
Oh man. D-Life HD says, don't care about the console war, but why did Gamescom troll PlayStation by showing most wanted PlayStation game, then showing Lies of P, a game that's coming day one to Game Pass?
I'm sure it's still coming to PlayStation.
It's funny.
It's because PlayStation. Yeah. I mean, it's still coming to PlayStation, and the game apparently is in high demand. I'm gonna let you know a secret. I didn't know what this game was until like Friday when it leaked that it was coming to Game Pass, and all the Xbox sources started talking about it. It was the first time I had ever heard of this game, ever. I don't think I've ever seen it or heard it mentioned before. But apparently, honestly, I think it's just the Soulsborne people. Like that community is just really loud and devoted. So they really love that shit. I don't think that means 100 million people.
How is that the most wanted PlayStation game? Like over God of War? Like
I also got.
I think it was just that Gamescom stuff, right?
They did this little, they did these little awards things in the show, and I completely didn't pay attention.
All the stuff that's at Gamescom, I think.
You could tell me anybody got an award. I have no idea. I did not care.
Yeah, I was not paying attention to any of that award stuff because
not one bit.
Who cares?
They got to stop doing that. I realize that Jeff is the the Game Awards guy. We could get rid of the awards part of that too.
100%. It's just a marketing show anyway.
It really is.
Just give us a list of the awards and then start the show.
At the start of the show, just start it. Here's the game of the year. Just put up the sheet up to the camera. Here's everybody that won.
Boom.
Let's do the marketing.
On with the show. Yeah. The young thief Delvin Jr. He says, "What's a series you love everything about except the games?"
Persona.
I knew you were going to say Persona.
Yeah, I mean it's the one that comes immediately to mind. Because here's the thing: there's not a whole lot of games that have everything else about it and games. Right? There's a lot of game franchises that are just game franchises. So there's not everything else to love about it. But Persona is one of the ones. Got anime, got characters, got manga, got figures, got all kinds of shit. Got everything. I just don't like the game.
Yeah. It's
you
perfect
know what?
answer.
Fortnite. Not Fortnite. I'm tripping.
Fortnite's a good answer. I think
that is one of my answers.
Fortnite is kind of awesome and wild. You know?
Yeah. That's kind of one of my answers, but I wasn't going to say that one. It's another one.
Lego sets and figures and all kinds of cool shit. Like if they did a Fortnite like cartoon or something like that, it'd also be
what that is?
Super
that
popular.
does
They could do that
because Fortnite is. I like everything about Fortnite except Fortnite itself.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
All the characters and the stuff like that. Yeah.
Speaking of that, before you give us your other answer, I want to let you know I was thinking about you today. I don't remember who, but I was scrolling my Twitter. You guys know I blew up my Twitter like this past week. I completely demolished it. I was scrolling through my Twitter and I saw a couple of folks that are talking about multiverses and some obscure third-party characters coming to multiverse. I was like, look at this lame shit. They're like, we've got so-and-so, the third supporting character on this obscure
I forgot who it was.
series. And I was like, look at Fortnite. They got Destiny and Goku. Like, look at Fortnite go and look at this shit. Like, I in my mind, because I'm a hater, in my Chappelle hater mind, I'm like, how long do I have to suffer through these tweets before this shit goes away?
Multiverses was apparently like the #2 game sold.
I'm
MPD
already over it. I'm already over it. It's been out the week and a half, and I'm over it.
I remember the game I was thinking of, Overwatch.
That's the one. That's what I was gonna say. That's my pick.
Overwatch, because Overwatch, everything about Overwatch is cool as fuck. Like the little cutscene they show for all the characters, the toys, the universe is cool as fuck. But they're like, but to get to it, you gotta play this goddamn multiplayer game. Fuck that.
No, thank you.
Give me a single player of this. That's why I can't wait for Overwatch 2.
Yep. That is legitimately my answer, and for all of those reasons. The characters are awesome. The world is awesome. All of the actual like stories that they have, because Blizzard makes amazing little story montages. Fantastic.
Like full movies. They look
zero
cool.
desire to actually play Overwatch. Like none whatsoever.
I feel not nearly as hard as you, but I feel similarly about Destiny. I actually would like to like Destiny. I just don't get it. Like I can't really wrap my hand around it. It's not the kind of game that I play, but I like the gameplay. Like the moment to moment gameplay I think is good. But here's the thing. The bits of the story that I do understand are intriguing, and I really love the music a lot. I listen to the music. I think it's really good. I listen to the car. Good. My wife listens to it. There are a lot of things that I like about Destiny. If Destiny was a more linear, traditionally like delivered game, I think I'd be way into it. Like if it had a single player campaign that you could play with multiplayer people, and then like a multiplayer element that you could go do if you wanted, but you didn't have to. If it was more traditional like that, I think it'd be all about it.
The funny thing is that what you just described,
I know
is exactly
you've said
what it is at this point.
But you tried to get it to me, but it's not. I get in that game and I don't even know where the fuck to go. Like I'm completely lost.
Probably the biggest issue. But now, like when you start the game, if there's a new season, it puts you right into the where you're supposed to go.
But I don't want seasons.
Keeps leading you down the path.
I want to go to a menu. I want to press campaign, and I want it to walk me through the campaign and tell me the story.
Yeah.
Like if it was like Gears, I actually think I would love Destiny.
If you would have played it when Destiny 2 first came out, that's exactly what the Red War campaign was. You just went to the campaign and just kept picking each mission. Now, after they've added more stuff, it's not that way. But with Lightfall, apparently they're trying to bring that back because they know it's such an issue of trying to get people into just like the campaign.
Yeah, but it drops you in this overworld. I don't know what all the icons mean. It doesn't do a really good job explaining to me. I don't know where to go.
To fix that.
Yeah, I don't know how to get there. I'm like, just man, I'm just dumb. I need hand holding. Like somebody give me a guide. Like I need somebody to walk me through it.
The new light experience is tough, and they have been constantly trying to fix that.
I tried playing it, Sean. It's not like I haven't tried. I have. Devin was there. I literally was on stream, Dev in chat directing me where to go. Still couldn't keep up with it, man. It's not like I haven't tried. I have.
He played it at a very bad time, Sean, to be perfectly honest, where it just was the experience of trying to know where to go was really, really awful. They've made a lot of changes, and it's a lot easier to follow now compared to when you play, but even now it's still difficult.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think a lot of
you through the campaign, it might be easier. It's all free right now. We can
I
go
think a
through
lot of
just
people
every campaign.
I think some people that understand Destiny might take it for granted how foreign some of that stuff can be. Like if you don't know the symbology, if you don't know the navigation, if you don't know the modes, I don't know the difference between strikes and campaign and mission. Like I don't know what all that means. So for other players, like I need better onboarding. And I did try it. It's not like I've never played Destiny. I probably played Destiny 2 for 10 or 20 hours. I've played Destiny.
About that long.
I played Destiny on PlayStation for a bit, and you got to remember, I played Destiny on Stadia for a bit too.
It's free on everything right now. What they've created now, they have what's called the New Light experience, which actually is for people who have never played, which is basically the baby holds your hand, teach me to it, talk to me like I'm 5 years old, and they walk you literally through everything.
You show me a YouTube video that makes it look simple, and I might give it another try. But
I will have to go find it.
That was my whole thing because I felt completely lost. It's like I just don't get it. You remember? I remember that I spent an hour fighting people that just kept respawning, I guess, in the overworld.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I keep killing all these people. They keep coming back.
Yeah, if you don't actually go to the mission start point, then they just keep respawning. You have to actually go to the mission start point and start the mission.
Just dumb. Now I'm just dumb.
Yeah, they've changed it. Like you open the map, it says this is where you need to go to the start point. You get dropped off, and you just have a marker that points you right to where you're supposed to go. You get to the mission marker, and it starts the mission.
It's coming back to me now. I remember I had a marker to go somewhere, and I kept running on the map trying to go somewhere, but it turned out I had to go back to the map and go to another map to get there. I just
probably to go underground or something like that.
So confused.
Yeah, caves.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can find you something that shows you the New Light experience, and you can see if you want to jump back in. But
because it is fun to play,
it's really good. And yes, Sean, the expansion, like everything right now is free on Epic and Steam. Like
it should just be. I thought it was already free to play.
The game is free to play.
Expansions.
You have to buy the expansions, but right now all of the expansions are free.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So, all right, our final question. It's a bonus question from John 32. He says, anyone watching House of Dragons? And if so, thoughts on the first episode?
What's that?
Exactly. That's the new Game of Thrones series that no one wants to watch. But I'm gonna watch it, but
I'm gonna watch it eventually.
High on my list to watch.
My wife was trying to start it, and I said, no, we're not starting any other series until we finish the stuff we're already watching. So we're trying to finish Glow. After we're done with Glow, then we'll watch House of Dragons.
I really like Glow.
Then it might just be epic. In their trailer, it said free everywhere. Free
Sean says the expansions are not free. So listeners,
told me it was free.
Get it on Epic then, Sean.
If you're listening to this pod, checking your stores, hashtag Dev was wrong.
Yeah, fuck it.
Not the champ.
I have them all, so that also makes it hard for me to see if they're free because they're free for me.
Damn Haley with the damn tag team. Just Canadian beatdown going on over here. It's a Canadian stampede.
Canadians, can't trust them. They talk with their heads flap. It's really weird.
Hey, maybe you can. Maybe it's only free in the States.
I mean, that wouldn't be a surprise.
That would be hilarious.
That would not be a surprise.
Funny as hell, wouldn't it be?
U.S. only.
All right, that is going to do it for episode 51. It's Midtactular. Follow us on Twitter at PSVG, YouTube at youtube.com/PSVG network, twitch.tv/PSVG, and I don't know what the hell it is on Facebook, but if you're old and have a Facebook, you can just look for PSVG, I guess.
If you go to our Twitter, our link is there.
There you go.
But the scary thing is that I've had people tell me they put in Play Some Video Games. That's what the page is called. It's called Play Some Video Games -PSVG. And sometimes I guess it doesn't show up. I don't know if that's because it's new. You don't have enough likes or follow. I have no idea. I don't know Facebook. This is all new to me. What I will tell you is that we do have a Facebook page. If you go to the Discord, you go to the Twitter, you find the tweet, you can click on the link, go follow us on Facebook. If you use Facebook, I realize that we don't use Facebook, which is why we've never really supported or promoted a Facebook page.
Yes.
But I realize that there are people that don't use Discord, like we don't use Facebook, right? So I wanted to kind of revamp that because we used to have a page. Kevin used to do it years ago. I don't think things have been updated in like 5 years. So I restarted a page, and here's what you can find on our page if you go like it. Our live streams instantly stream to that page. All of our YouTube videos instantly post to that page. All of our podcasts, when they hit the RSS feed, we post to that page. And throughout the week, just throughout the day, when I find cool rumors or news stories that I think are popular and kind of relevant, that I share in the Discord, like I do already, I'm also posting them to the Facebook page. If I see, Rebecca or one of you guys stream live, or Sean was streaming Mario Kart, and put that on the Facebook page. So if you just want to kind of keep up with PSVG in kind of one centralized location, I kind of look at the Facebook page kind of like a little mini blog of like what we're doing. Kind of like here's a little blog of all of our stuff. So I hope you guys like it. Sean, I said the Canadian Stampede because that was an old WWE event. The US versus the Canadians. Great pay-per-view, actually. Excellent pay-per-view. One of my favorites.
Aren't all the wrestlers Canadian?
Most of them. A lot of them are. It's like, honestly, I think you could have a really good wrestling event if it was like Canada versus Ohio.
Yeah.
You could have an excellent wrestling event. It was just Canada versus Ohio.
That's true. Weird.
And if you threw Georgia in there, now you're that's like 88% of all wrestlers are from Canada, Ohio, or Georgia.
Yeah.
That's insane. Well, that's going to do it for us. I got nothing else. So until next time, play some video games.
Peace.
Delvin, acknowledge me.